It's Friday, December 19th, 2025. Start off as we usually do by reminding you, if you'd like to support our show, then you can go to supportourshow.com and find a holiday buffet of ways to support the show. Anything else programming wise? Nothing on the New Horizon. Over on the Patreon starting this week was the Alien Earth review of each episode, one per day. And one of the movies we will be reviewing tonight, I won't reveal which one yet, will be a Christmas gift for all of you, as it was for us. That will come out on Christmas Eve, I want to say.
Oh, man.
Or Christmas, I guess it would be the day of Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve day, or day before Christmas, whatever you refer to that particular day as, because it'll be out at 8 a.m. So you can enjoy that or not. As we sort of did and didn't. Did, but didn't. And, yeah, that's it for programming notes. I think this is the second to last show of the year. One more show before the year's out. So this is not the last show of the year yet. So, yeah. I thought I had something to open with, and I forgot. Didn't I? Did I not? Did I? I didn't. Do I? Huh. Guess not if I can't remember.
No. 9.
Oh. That's right. You had mentioned to me that the Batman 2 was...
Oh, yeah.
Had Scarlett Johansson as a mysterious part, and you speculated...
I thought it was going to be the Phantasm, yeah, because somebody had said that.
Have you seen what they think her role actually is now?
No. Did they change it?
Well, there are sources, now of course, who knows?
Okay.
But there are sources saying that there's 3 roles in the movie, because they mentioned Brad Pitt was in the role for something, which apparently is not true.
Okay.
But basically, they're doing Two-Face. According to this, they want Harvey Dent, Gilda, and Dent's abusive father, meaning they're going to do the animated storyline where they're going to show his backstory. So, and they're saying that Johansson is going to be Gilda, which is interesting. I mean, I can see it. So, I don't know. Yeah.
You know what?
That was the original fiancé for Harvey, so...
No, the Two-Face story works as well. I just thought it would be really interesting to see Scarlett Johansson as Phantasm.
Oh, look, I would love to see...
And the statue, the release of the statue, which is coming out next year, looking so much like her.
No, and this would be a good director to do Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
I think it would actually be a very, very good storyline to cover. However, if the interest is in Two-Face,
as long as they can do it, you know.
Well, the nice part is, I had seen, because I thought, I was like, well, am I alone in this? And one of the first comments on the article where I saw this was like, good, because we haven't seen a good version of Two-Face yet. God damn it. I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one. At least it ain't just me. So I don't know. I mean, nothing's been confirmed. But
let's see what happens when it comes out.
It certainly, Either one would be good. Would I like to see Mask of the Phantasm? Yes, I would. Would I like to see
listen.
Two-Face done properly? Yes, I would.
I enjoyed the Batman enough so that I don't really care what he does. I think it'll be an enjoyable watch no matter what. And I can't say that for a lot of directors at this point.
And there is an interesting angle to this that does make me wonder if this is where the Mask of the Phantasm thing, besides the statue, but some of the other rumors on that, is that in the Long Halloween, the Gilda character becomes basically a version of the Phantasm. She's called Holiday. She's the one killing the crime families. So you could still kind of have the same thing, except she wouldn't be the Phantasm.
I haven't read the Long Halloween in a long time.
I read it maybe 2 years ago, and I sort of remembered that, and I wasn't sure if I was misremembering, and then the article mentions that. So I'm like, well, so maybe that's why people assumed Mask of the Phantasm is because a character who would be a vigilante or whatever. So you can do it. So we could still see some version of it. That's fine.
You know what? Like I said, I think that as long as they just let him do what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, is that you just got to let some of these things, let some of these directors just have at it their way. Sometimes they, I know some directors shouldn't be left alone, but Matt Reeves seems to know what he's doing. So,
and I don't know that he would be left alone.
No, but you know what I mean.
When somebody has shown a competency to handle the material, you basically let them handle it until they start showing very, very bad signs of either decision making or they fail.
Yeah, and the thing was we briefly talked about this when we were about to do a commentary and we got sidetracked into this. But the new Supergirl movie. I like James Gunn as a director, and I'm kind of I do want to see him and what he'll do as kind of the overseer of the DC universe. And I know that he really wanted this Supergirl movie to happen. And so far, the trailer looks really good. I mean, I know trailers aren't to be trusted, but it looks like they're doing, the Supergirl, was it Woman of Tomorrow? Is that what one is called?
Yes, the Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Woman of Tomorrow. And that's a great book. So, I'm kind of like...
Interestingly, a lot of people mistakenly thought that he was directing Supergirl based on the trailer, looking very, very Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of people are like, wow, he's directing this one too? And they're like, no.
You know what? I originally thought he was.
Well, I think he may have been thinking about it, but he's not.
But, he's got other things he has to do.
Well, he's doing Superman 2. So
already? Are they already jumping into that?
He's talking about it because he made some comments about it. So yeah.
So either way, the Supergirl movie looks good. The trailer looked good. She looks good. I'm excited. And that's the thing is if I get a really good Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie and I get a new Batman movie anytime in the near future, it's like that's a win for me.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
And actually, I think I was talking about this when we weren't recording about how in previous Batman movies, Batman actually is only in the movie like 30 to 35% of the movie runtime, and that the Batman has Batman on the screen for something like 70% of the screen time. So you're getting double the Batman in your movies.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. So, and I like Scarlett Johansson, and it'll be really fascinating to see who they get for Dent, because I would never have thought Paul Dano as the Riddler, and yet he was really good. Do you have a pie in the sky casting for Two-Face?
Well, okay, so based on the fact that they're saying that he'll be in his 40s, because they're saying that the casting supposedly was for a couple in their 40s, and Scarlett Johansson's 41.
Got it.
So somebody, let me think about it. I have to look at ages because I want to get somebody who's in the right age range. Let's see. Let me take a quick look. I got to check something because I'm just...
And I don't know why, but I would look to a British actor. Because...
I wouldn't have any problem with that.
No. And I only say that because Colin Farrell is the Penguin. is an Irish actor. Pattinson is a British actor.
Sure.
I'm trying to think, but there are some Americans
no reason
in the movie as well.
There's
But I mean, actors in their
you could do
40s.
British, sure.
I mean, but the problem with men is that men in their 50s are still passed off as men in their 40s.
Hold on, let me take a look. Let me see here. What the hell is with this thing? Hold on a minute. Let me check age here, because I thought of somebody, but I want to see the age.
Oh, wow. I just looked it up online to see, like, actors that people want to see play Two-Face.
Yeah.
There's 2 on here. Oh, Jesus, there's 4 on here that I would be interested to watch.
God.
So, I think that John Hamm would be a fascinating...
Well, he looks the most classically like Harvey Dent,
so
as most people think of him.
John Hamm, Daniel Craig,
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac, and Adam Driver.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
honestly, I think Adam Driver could do it, but, like, I don't know why. I'm fascinated by John Hamm doing it. I don't know why.
Yeah, let's see. Hold on. I'm going to give you 2. I'm just checking. I need to check age.
Oh, this is so
here.
funny.
Okay.
They wrote Matt Dillon, and next to it, it's a picture of Matt Smith.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
That's funny.
Okay, yeah, all right. They're close enough. They're not quite 40, but they're close. So my first pick would be Michael B. Jordan, and my second pick would be Daniel I can't pronounce his name. The guy who was in
Kaluuya?
Black Panther.
Daniel Kaluuya?
Yes.
Oh, he
They're
could do
both
it.
almost 40.
Yeah, they could both do it.
That's my 2 picks.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to see because we never got, Jesus, God.
We never got Jesus.
What's his name?
You're talking about Glover.
We never got the Billy D. Williams dent. So you know
Glover.
What? I'd like to see a black dent. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Billy D. Williams. Yeah. I thought you were talking about who played young Lando Calrissian, which was Donald Glover.
Not Daniel Glover. No.
Daniel, is it Donald or Daniel?
Donald Glover. Sorry,
Donald
Glover. Yeah.
You know what? It'll be interesting. My worry is that this is not my worry. I have a feeling that if they make it a black actor, someone's going to scream, "You're making all the white actors black actors." But it makes sense. I mean, if you're in an urban environment, right?
Yeah. Okay. Number one,
there should be more.
Here's why that's a bullshit argument.
No.
No, even for anybody who would try that as far
as I know it's a bullshit argument, but what I'm saying is I think that there should be more black actors in these roles because they are in an urban environment, and there should be more. It doesn't show the actual population of these places. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure. But
like,
number one, Billy D. Williams was slated to be Dent in '89 before all the woke shit it was invented for this nonsense.
And nobody had an issue with it.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
And the animated one was black, right? I mean, wasn't he black?
No, he wasn't.
Was he not?
He was white. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He was.
Okay. I thought he was. I mean, I could be wrong. It's animated, so I don't know.
Yeah, the original animated was a white guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but honestly, looking at the animated Batman, that face, that makes me think of an actor.
Who?
I don't know. It's like I'm looking at that. I mean, he almost looks like somebody, but I don't know who. The original design. I wonder if they based it off somebody. Did they base it on anybody? Oh, here you go. Harvey Dent in Batman the Animated Series was visually based on the likeness of old-timey actor Ralph Bellamy. I've never seen this guy.
Ralph Bellamy.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Ralph Bellamy.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I could see it.
Oh, okay.
And I guess maybe that's why I think John Hamm, because he has kind of like a classic kind of 50s actor look.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah, it's funny. Oh, man. You know, did they base anything else off of other people? Like...
Oh, I'm sure they did. Yeah, because they said one of the other guys... I know I've read that one of the other villains was Telly Savalas. I know that. I just don't remember who it was.
I was wondering if there was a Batman, if Batman looked like somebody, but I can't find anything. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Yeah. So I don't care. I just want them to make a movie, and I will enjoy it. Hey, but while we're on the topic of Batman, what are your feelings on animated Batman? Or not animated, Absolute Batman? Because I've only really encountered him in the Warren Johnson story, right? And he was a bit weird in there. But like, I'm reading now more about this version of, which is like essentially an Elseworlds version of Batman. Like, he's not rich. You know, actually, so there's two things they did.
Yeah.
The one that he's not rich, it only makes sense to me, or it doesn't make sense that he's not rich because how the hell can he afford some of this shit? But also, I think one of his parents is alive, which I don't know why, but the idea that Batman still has a living family member, like, I don't know.
Oh, that matters to you, huh?
Well, yeah, because I feel like psychologically speaking, I guess it's a different Batman in my mind. Like, when you think about what elements make a character, in my mind, I'm kind of like, well, it's the fact that Batman lost both parents, right? And despite all his wealth, didn't have the one thing that he wanted. So now that he's older, you know, he fights crime because it has psychologically affected him so that he can never really be normal, you know? And like, you know, it kind of informs the personality. Whereas like, if he has a parent, it's like, well, geez, Batman, a lot of people were raised by one parent, you know? Like, I guess. And the fact that his bat symbol is terrible. That's that is the worst.
Stylistic, you know, whatever.
No, and it turns into an axe. I guess this is the other thing, and I'm like, why does Batman need an axe? And they're like, well, he's a blue collar Batman, and like his chest piece pops onto a handle, and he has a bat axe.
I don't have any opinion because I just don't care. You know, it's yeah.
Listen. You can look at it and be like, yeah, I want to read that, or you can look at it and be like, it's not my thing.
I had zero. I don't like any of the style of it, to be honest, from an artistic perspective. I don't like how he's just globularly, bloatedly huge.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's not like a Sam.
To the point where he looks like a inflatable Halloween costume of Batman that's been overinflated huge.
Well, that's what's weird is everybody else is pretty normal size, and then he's the max.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
I don't know how that equals blue collar. What, blue collar people are fat? What does that mean?
I mean,
like if you're going to emphasize that, then you have to make everything represent that. If you're going to keep bringing it up, right?
Like if that's the style of your art, then everything should look kind of warped in that way. You know, like Frank Quitely. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if Batman is blue collar,
yeah,
then I would expect his costume to be more assembled from common materials than he's just huge with an axe. Like, how does... Okay, here's something else. And I'm sorry, this is just... you can't apply this to
Is this... Wait, hold on.
Is
this the curvature? Is this the curvature of the axe being able to chest symbol?
It's just a matter of... Okay, let's imagine. Because it's a big symbol, right? It's a big symbol.
It's fucking huge.
Imagine... Yeah, you have a giant piece of metal on your chest.
Yeah.
Right? Couple things. One, for somebody who is fighting a lot, not shooting from range or sniping.
Yeah.
That's a center of gravity problem.
Which he could train out of. Like if you trained with that weight there, then you'd be used to it. I'm going to give you the devil's advocate here.
Okay, all right, sure.
Because think of it this way. Hold on.
Trains out of having a heavy axe on his chest.
No. I know what I'm saying is like a bulletproof vest, right? Like trauma plates. Those things are pretty heavy, and they are held pretty high on the body. Those vests are pretty high because they're trying to basically protect your chest, you know, your kind of upper abdomen area.
Yeah. Right.
And I have trained with those as weighted vests before. So like I think that you can train that.
But those are in plates, right? Those are pieces. They move, right?
No, they don't. No, it's a solid plate.
It's a sheet of metal.
It is a sheet of metal. It is one big sheet of metal. Yeah. But hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so next time you look at like
inflated.
no. Next time you look at a cop or like any of these guys in a vest, the trauma plate is a solid plate. Now, here's the thing: it narrows towards the top and it's wider at the bottom, so that you can move your arms around it. Right? So you know how like Batman's symbol is like just a big rectangle across the chest? That would totally fuck up the way you moved your arms.
Well, and that's what I was
you'd
getting
keep
at.
you'd keep hitting the sides of it.
Yeah, I would think it.
Whereas
would,
a trauma plate
you know,
is okay. So the trauma plate is curved toward the top, so it fits between.
Yeah, I see it. I'm looking at
right
it now. So,
and then it's also slightly curved to the body.
Right.
But it is a solid
it's
plate.
made to kind of feel like you're just heavy in the front, but evenly.
Yeah.
Whereas that thing seems like it's just a very, very specific point of weight.
Yeah, well, when he pulls it off, it's straight. I think that's one of the things I love is that it's like, well, it couldn't be straight on your chest.
Oh I didn't even. I just assumed that it had. Okay, well, yeah, all right. This is what I mean. Is you can't start.
That's what I mean. When he pulls it off, it's a straight axe, and I'm kind of like, but you couldn't have a straight thing like that on your chest, like
and plus, again. They did for a while. Batman had the kind of Liefeld effect where he had a bunch of pouches, and then they were doing like real tactical gear with him for a while, where he looked like he was
and he
like
should
a
be.
super cop.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean
So why don't you stick with that? That's what makes sense with this version, and instead they put this giant thing on him.
Yeah, it's funny because
inflated all his muscles with helium, and he,
the Batman, the Pattinson Batman suit, right? It's interesting. If you watch anything about how they put that suit together, they wanted to put it together from a lot of stuff that could be collected in the real world. So, like, when you watch the Bale Batman, they build that suit from a lot of experimental technology, right?
Right.
And that's fine, because they explained to you how they did it. He had a ton of fucking money, right? In the Batman suit, he's wearing Swedish motorcycle boots. He's got, a tactical belt, like, some of it is stylized, right, and built, but a lot of it is based on real tactical gear, right?
Yeah.
So, if you had a Batman who wasn't a billionaire or a zillionaire, whatever, right? How do you build your suit? Well, you don't have all the money in the world, so you wouldn't have oversized, super spiky shoulders. If anything, you'd want to build the suit from as competent, dependable military gear that you recognize.
And I'll say the thing that's interesting about, because I've looked at a lot of images of it because I was kind of curious just to look at different artists who did it different ways.
Yeah.
Like I like his arms look like what I would expect. They're just bands of black, like taped, I guess, probably for muscle support, and gloves.
Yeah.
That looks like what they're saying he is. But the spiked shoulders make no sense.
Why
know.
Are his
knees not protected? Why is he not wearing knee pads?
Yeah.
Blue collar.
Like,
people.
I hate to admit this because I don't like the movie, but there's a part of me that kind of likes the Nightmare Batman from Batman vs Superman, where he's in the trench coat.
Hold on, I don't remember.
It's not a good suit, but I kind of have like a soft spot for it because it looks.
No. You are completely right. This is closer to what. Okay, because let's.
Okay, so you see it. You see it then.
No.
Right?
I'm looking at it, and I completely agree. This is what, because blue collar, at least the way I've always heard that term used.
Batman on a budget.
Well, or if you're saying that, what that means is somebody who isn't sitting at a computer in a tie, understands actual labor. And generally, a lot of those people, through their work, do tend to be in good shape. Now, they can destroy that by too much beer and bad food, but the work typically does actually, there is a value to manual labor in that it strengthens you.
Yep.
If you take care of yourself everywhere else. Like I said, you can always annihilate yourself like anything else, but... So that's why the first thing I noticed about when I was looking through all these images is I'm like, not a single image shows somebody with knee pads. Anybody doing manual labor will immediately understand why knee pads are valuable, because they protect one of the things you realize, if you lose it, you're fucked.
And the Nightmare suit has knee pads.
Yes, and those
Yeah.
pants are what I would expect. Like they're,
Yeah,
they're
he's-
normal pants with shit on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's in a trench coat. You can still see the symbol. He's still got the cowl. He's
Yeah.
got armored kind of wrist things. He's got big boots
don't get me
on. I
wrong.
mean,
I don't understand the axe anyway. I guess there's a reason
no,
maybe
I
in the
don't
story,
get it
'cause I
at
don't understand it
all.
either. But it's stupid that it's the symbol. You know, that I just don't get that. You know, if anything, I would have given him like stylized hammers that he could have hung off his belt.
You know, and the funny thing is that there's the Frank Miller Batman symbol is like very big and thick, right?
Because it's armor.
Yeah, and honestly, even the Ben Affleck Batman symbol was very big and thick, and I still didn't mind it that much. But they just turned it into
but
a
he's not pulling
fucking.
it off and using it as an axe.
No, it's just a symbol on the chest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Dark Knight one, the Frank Miller one, was to draw fire because that's where he
Yeah.
was plated. So he
The
was
yellow
trying to
target,
get you to
yeah.
shoot at it. Yes, it made sense.
Oh, somebody tried to cosplay a Nightmare Batman suit, but based on the '89 Batman. So it's like all
interesting.
black. It's all black leather, and then it's got the bright yellow symbol on the chest.
Oh,
I appreciate that. That's pretty fun.
that's good.
But either way, like all these suits make more sense
Yes.
than the
Yes.
absolute Batman suit. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's really my issue. I just have zero interest because right away visually you've lost me.
I know, right? It just doesn't look good.
Because, like you said, they keep emphasizing he's blue collar Batman, and I'm like, okay, man. Well, then it has to. If you're gonna keep saying that, then at some point it has to make some sense. And being that my father was a blue collar worker his entire life, I know that that's not a suit my father would wear as Batman. My father would understand that. I mean, my father would never have been Batman. He was not in the shape. But
No,
if
but
I said, Dad, this is my Batman suit, he'd be like, you're a fucking idiot, and you're going to be wrecked in a week.
okay. If anybody showed up and said, "Dad, this is my Batman suit,"
Well,
I mean, there'd be problems right there. But
he
but
would
even
have suggested some
But you
things
know what?
that would help me not have my knees shattered in 15
well, that's
minutes.
and the thing is, like, I have had construction around me my whole life, right? I've had construction built around me. Yeah, you need solid boots, knee protection, right? You want somebody to protect your forearms and your hands for whatever it is you're hitting or catching or whatever, right? Elbow pads. You're going to want some kind of armor, at least in the center line of your chest, for whatever kind of hits you take, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the bright yellow symbol with the black on it makes a lot of sense to me because it draws fire. So if you just want to make
It
that
does.
your only
Yes.
point of bulletproofing,
Yes.
right? I mean, like, all of that makes a lot of sense. And it's funny is the Nightmare suit, even though it's in a horrible movie, actually makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense as a Batman suit.
It absolutely does.
You know?
Yes, I agree with you. From a movie sucks.
Yeah.
But as far as a workman Batman outfit,
Oh,
yeah,
you know
that's
what?
it.
Somebody drew it. Somebody made a cartoon version of it, and it looks really good in the cartoon. There's just too much brown here.
doubt it.
They need to make it
Well,
more black.
But the suit itself makes a lot of sense to me.
But you know what?
Movie
The
does,
weird
but the
thing
suit
is,
does.
I have read good reviews of the story itself. There's a lot of people that are saying they kind of like it as a fresh take on Batman.
Well, and to go back to your original question about the having one parent alive,
Yeah.
I don't mind that so much because there's ways to make that work. Now, I don't know what this comic does, but the way if I was a writer, which I'm not, but
Yeah.
if I was going to try to construct a reason why having a parent alive, because you're right, I mean, the basics of the Batman mythos are dead parents. That's what everybody knows. However,
Yeah.
it is a nice way to kind of immediately put people on unsteady ground to be like, no, one of them's alive because you just expect it. So, okay, you want to throw people on the back foot so that they realize that this is not the same Batman, just with, slightly different colors. That's fine.
Yeah.
And an axe on his chest, which is stupid. That's fine. Then what I would do is I would have it where, I mean, there are many times where in a family with two parents and a child, that typically there is the child gravitates towards one parent more than the other. In some cases,
Yeah.
not all. But there can be, this is why they say mama's boys and daddy's little girl, and it can also work the other way, where the father and son may have been very
There you
close,
go.
and only the father dies. But
Yeah.
if the mother and son were never that close, and he's lost kind of the person who gave him the most attention and he most was attached to in
Yeah.
a violent crime, he might transfer blame to the mother for living, and then become angry and I mean, I could see it. You could do it,
Yeah.
or vice versa. You could have the mother die. And The father worked all the time to build the fortune or whatever. It's blue collar, right? It's blue collar. So the father, if you're doing a blue collar background, like my dad worked 14-hour days sometimes. I didn't see him more than a half hour in a day on many weekdays. So in that case, if the mother dies, who was the source of affection and was around more, again, you can have the transference of blame,
it'd be a weird household,
and then the kid goes crazy. So, is a vigilante. So you can make it work.
I sent you a link. If you click on it,
but I can't get past the outfit. Is my problem. I can't even get to the parents.
Well, I know that, but click on that link because that is an image from Reddit. Somebody pulled from a Batman Detective issue 1, and it's a really nice middle ground between the Nightmare Batman suit and like the normal Batman suit.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
He's got the knee pads are in the boots, right? So the boots go up over the knees,
and that's fine. Yeah.
Their knee pads. It's a black trench coat. Yeah. He's got the belt underneath. He's also got some pouches on the trench coat. The trench coat is kind of cape-like. I like that. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a much more, No,
I agree. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a better bat symbol too. I can't get over that the axe chest. I mean, it just makes
yeah. I mean, the thing is, the size. I've seen huge bat symbols. I've seen small bat symbols. So that doesn't matter. But to make it an axe. It's very tough for me to get past the...
Yeah, I mean, and he is always massive, too, the way they draw him.
I mean, if okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what his back looks like. Does he have some kind of equally weighted plate on the back?
Okay, so, so he's that whole... You know how he's got that whole spike thing on his shoulders and his neck area?
Yeah.
That goes across the whole upper back. And then the cape comes out under it. So he's got this giant, like, armored mantle on with spikes.
Well, that bolt...
Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? I found a picture. Hold on. That will make total sense for you. That
solves and creates a problem for me.
I know it does. All right, go.
It solves the weight imbalance because now you've evenly weighted both sides. However, now there's a mobility problem on the back.
Click on this, and it'll show you the back.
All right, let's see. Oh, my God. Oh, see... all right, couple things. Okay.
I mean, it's honestly, it's like a 14-year-old metal.
Why is
it's like
cape a fucking the fly of pants? Why are these leather chaps zippers? What is this?
I mean, this is probably just a stylized sculpting, but like even if you had a normal,
I did see one image with the zippers. Is this a thing?
Oh, does it unzip?
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at it right now. It is. The cape is in pieces. Yeah. For fuck's sake, that's what you were gonna say, right?
This is why we shouldn't bother getting into the reality of anything. From a stylistic perspective, I'm sure it's a lot of fun. All right, I'm gonna put two sides of my brain to work here. All right,
you know what? Hold on.
Yeah.
This makes no sense to me. Look at this picture. Right, his head doesn't fit on his body. He's got this giant Hulk body, and then he's got like a tiny human head.
I'm gonna split my brain in half. Okay.
Okay, so here we go.
I'm gonna go with the pure art side of my brain.
Okay.
Drawing should be fun.
Got it.
From the drawing should be fun side, this design is a riot. I would have a joyful time drawing this version of Batman because it is nonsensical and therefore very fun.
Okay.
And at this point, you have jettisoned any connection to reality, and therefore you can do a lot. I was actually watching a video by an artist who was talking about this, about one of the problems that people have is they become too dependent on replicating realism in form. And so that's what stops you from having really dynamic poses. Whereas if you throw all that away,
well, okay,
and just focus on what looks good, you can achieve more.
No, and I'm going to put it to you like this. So when I read the Warren Johnson story, right, I didn't have a problem with Batman looking like this. First off, I didn't know the chest thing was an axe. That never comes up. But otherwise, right, his art style matched the scale of the Batman because Warren Johnson has that kind of style. So the fact that there's a giant kinetic Batman made total sense, right? If Sam Keith were doing this, it would make total sense. The problem is, it's almost like the artists that are getting it, they're saying, hey, Batman has to look like this, but then everybody else looks fairly normal, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. Like, it's kind of like if Art Adams drew Batman, but then the rest of the comic was drawn by Liefeld. Do you know what I mean?
Here's a bizarre thing for me.
Yeah.
There's such a simple solution to still have the same thing and not have this problem. Again, from the artistic side. We just mentioned the lack of knee pads. Why not have the axe be two pieces that are the knee pads that he pulls off and joins together in the axe, like super dynamically, magnetically, or whatever? And then that's your axe, and then there's just something underneath, like the boot thing.
Yeah.
And then they were like magnetically attached, and then you solve the problem. You can have cool knee things that have a function, and then the bat symbol can be just body armor or plate.
I do like.
So again, from the artist side, I get it.
I do like that he's still shorter than Wonder Woman, because there's an absolute Wonder Woman as well, and I think she's got a few inches on him. But
from an artistic perspective, there's a lot of fun in this. But from how would this work? Side of my brain,
but then stylize everything else. Like go full Sam Keith with it. And
also, again, if I'm the person in charge of this, I'm not going to keep emphasizing the blue collar thing, because a blue collar person would understand that this is not going to be functional. It's not going to work, man.
No.
Like this is making.
Honestly, he reminds me a bit of when Azrael took over.
This is like if the guy from Tetsuo the Iron Man was Batman. That's what this is. That's what this is. So.
Yeah, and the thing is, sometimes I've seen the design, like when I've seen some people draw it without the shoulder spikes, and like I don't mind it without the shoulder spikes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but it's there too. That creates another problem for me.
What's that?
If you're not going to have a consistent outfit, then he doesn't have a costume. Then you might as well just change it every fucking comic.
Unless he's got lots of different suits, but he's a blue collar Batman, so he wouldn't have that. Yeah.
That zippered cape is also not in many of the things I saw. So why the hell is that?
See, like, hold on. Here's a. I'll send you an image.
This is nitpicking.
This is somebody who just drew their own version of the Absolute Batman, and I can get behind this. They've toned down the spikes, the chest symbol's okay. It feels more Batmanish. It's just that if you're going to go with a blue collar Batman, then you know what? Give me something like you said that actually looks like a normal person put it together.
Well, look, Jim Lee. One of the things Jim Lee did with Batman was he gave him work boots.
I know.
And it was one of the things I liked most about what he did. He gave him boots with fucking treads on them.
Yeah.
Which is what you would expect. He didn't reinvent the suit. He applied logical thinking.
No, he did little things that made it, yeah.
I mean, that's what, and I get but that said, is this something that stands out and has us talking about it? Yes. However, I will tell you, I have zero reason to read it because of the visuals. I've stopped me dead right there.
You know what one of my favorite Batman suits was, though? Which is very strange. The Batman Year 100 suit. I know you don't like it, but they did a breakdown. I mean, because it's Paul Pope. He's not really your style. But he did an image. Oh, I found it. Here it is. It's a breakdown of the suit. I'm going to send it to you so you can see what I'm talking about. You can click on that. It should show it to you. And it was Paul Pope, and his whole idea was that he had like gym shorts on him, and they were like actual boots. Yeah. And then you can see the cuffs that like basically the pants and the shirt are kind of almost like sweatpants type material, right? Like there was something very, I could see somebody wearing this type of thing to him.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I actually really like Batman Year 100, especially since you never really find out. Yeah.
I also have realized I really prefer the small ears. That's another thing about this thing. These tall ears just look dopey to me now.
They're big. Yeah, they are really big.
Again, they're and I have to caveat all this.
Did I send you the image of me as roller rink Batman?
No, you did not.
Oh man, yeah. My daughter,
you did not send me an image.
My daughter recently had a birthday party at a roller rink, and she wanted everyone to get dressed up. And so I decided I was going to be roller rink Batman, and I got a really cool Batman hat with the ears on it. and I had a Batman. I tie-dyed a Batman shirt.
Wow. By the way, somebody made a custom action figure of the Paul Pope Batman. It's actually pretty good. That's impressive.
There you go. I just
Because
said
it
I just
actually
sent
does
it to you.
look like him.
But yeah, I had
Wow.
black tactical pants on, and I had like I had a bat symbol white T-shirt that I tie-dyed so that it was like black and blue and navy coming up like the sides, and then there was like a diamond around the bat symbol that was yellow, and then I had a cape as well, which looked really great when we were roller skating, because I had a nice it looked like I was gliding around. So
Oh, yeah.
very very silly.
That's great.
Roller rink
Sure.
Batman.
Yep.
So, no one's going to be
So, yes,
making a
that's
comic.
my problem with the Absolute Batman is I can't get past the
Yeah.
visuals.
And you
my
know what?
problem.
Listen, when they did Zero and R Batman, a lot of people were like, "That suit is stupid." But you know what?
I
If the
hate
whole
that one
point,
too, but you like it, I know.
but here's the thing: if the whole point of a Batman having lost his mind, it makes sense because it's a Batman that's lost his mind. You know what I mean?
You know what? You are 100% correct that is you just nailed the problem with this. That outfit was conveying that Batman has
Had
lost
lost
all
his fucking
marbles.
mind. Yeah.
And in that way, total success on concept. Whereas
Yeah,
this,
and that's
no.
why when he shows up in that suit with a baseball bat, you're like, okay, Batman's
Yeah.
gone crazy.
Batman has lost his fucking
Yeah,
mind.
so,
And you're
yeah,
right, it works for that.
And I wanna try it. I wanna read just to see like I wanna read it in the store. I don't want to actually buy
It
it.
may be very good.
And I want to get a sense of the story. But like, yeah, the whole like, I feel like story should inform design sometimes. You know what I mean?
I agree, and the other thing is that if you're going to do something like this,
I mean, this was the problem they had in the movies. Michael Keaton
I
couldn't
get-
turn
this,
his head.
This may be a debatable point, but to
Yeah.
me, if you're going to make something of this nature, this type of change to Batman, where you are making a bold visual statement, then it cannot be optional that some artists leave parts off. That
Yeah,
should
the
be
spikes.
design for everybody.
The spikes come and go. I think you've noticed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Was
Right.
it? Wait,
Spikes
did you
do
find
not
the
come and go.
picture? Did you find the picture on Nexus Mods? Is that where you find the Batman Year 100 action figure that somebody made?
I was on Reddit. I don't know where
Okay.
it came from originally.
Was it gray and black?
It had some yellow in it. It had like a yellow.
Okay, then I found a different one. Click
Oh.
on that thing, which also is a good design that somebody made.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice too. Sure.
God, I so wish I could mod stuff like this, where people just like make parts and put things together. And
Oh no, I like that. I've always liked custom action.
I
figures.
like- you know,
fan
I
edits.
realized-
fan edited figures.
I like the Jim Short Batman. Like I don't need them to be briefs. I'm happy with them being little shorts.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, yeah. So I didn't think we'd go on this long about this. I just figured
I will.
Yeah.
I do have to provide a warning to everybody.
Uh-oh.
I don't know when this is going to happen, but you know the old trope of middle-aged man learning guitar.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in my case, it wasn't a guitar, but I bought a little synth. So it's very possible that you're going to start hearing at some point if I get this thing working, that I'm just going to be playing this shit in the background while we're talking. And once I figure it out, I bought a little modular synth, a little Roland.
Oh. You know, honestly,
So-
that's not that weird to me. I mean, if you love something
it'll just
enough
become
and listen to
annoying
enough.
because it's going to be me doing a bunch of dipshitty kitty tune stuff in the background that real musicians will be like, oh my god, get past the preset, asshole. And I won't for a while, so I'm just telling you.
Well, if you feel comfortable doing it.
Oh, I don't think it's going to matter whether I feel comfortable.
I support you. I support you in your endeavors. I'm still here.
It's just going to be, you're just going to be talking and you're going to hear woo, 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 in the background.
Honestly, it's gonna make me feel like I'm being played off the stage, like in the Oscars.
Well, I mean, there's that possibility. I don't think I'll have enough skill to make it where it will sound like a get off the stage. It'll just sound like noises in the background. But
You know, I don't mind music in the background of podcasts. You just have to find music that doesn't get in the way of the.
no,
Yeah.
that's the trick. Yeah.
So yes, I will. I'm gonna at some point. I'm gonna read this book and I'm gonna see like briefly and see what's going on.
Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm all for reinventing. I don't have a problem with redoing a new version of Batman. I don't have any problem with that whatsoever.
Because you know what,
I just
Batman
think that,
White
yeah.
Knight, they had a different design as well, and it was like he was like.
okay, there's been
he-
many different
he had-
Batman designs.
But he had like thigh highs in that. Okay, is that what it is? Yeah, he had like
by gaslights, you know.
Well, that design is fucking awesome.
And that's what I'm saying, though, is you can redesign it.
That's got to be one of my favorite Batman designs.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, Jesus, that's such a cool like the trench coat, the what do you call it, the cape coat.
And
yeah,
also, just so people don't think I'm getting attached to practicality, it doesn't always have to be practical. But it has to make sense with what you're saying this version of Batman is.
What I was saying to you is when they did the Michael Keaton Batman, right? Tim Burton had a look that he wanted it to be, right? And because of that, Michael Keaton couldn't turn his head. And you don't realize it when you're a kid, you're watching it, that he has to turn at the waist for everything, right?
Yeah. It's funny, though, once you do notice it.
But once you do, you're like, oh my God, he can't turn his head. And like none of them could. None of them could until Bale. And I don't think Bale could turn his head till like this is the second movie, right? Isn't when he can actually turn his head?
I believe, yeah. I think it's the second one where they talk about the fact that he added the mobility of it.
He's like, oh, you want to turn your head, do you? Yeah. And like with the Pattinson version, he starts out being able to turn his head because he did the whole bat collar thing, you know.
Yeah. Which is a very, very smart solution.
Yeah, it is. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, a movie is theatrical, right? Yeah. You want it to have a certain look. And, you know, Tim Burton wanted his Batman to look a certain way. And it just so happened that, you know, he couldn't turn his head.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if they'll evolve the design. My favorite version of
Batman is a very gothic version, and it's not really practical.
Which one's that?
The Breyfogle one where he had a cape that looked like Spawn's cape, and it was the blue, and... It was when Norm Breyfogle was doing the illustrations. There's a whole. I have like the two.
Hold on a second. Is this the blue? Is this the blue? Oh, is this the blue cape that had like all the scalped edges?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see it. I mean, you know what? I grew up with that Batman.
It's not practical, but that was the version. That was what they were doing Gothic Batman, so it made sense.
And you know what was funny about that suit? That's the blue and gray, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. There was no black on that except for the symbol.
Except for the symbol and like the under the cape, that was it. Yeah, yeah.
See, I'm seeing a lot of images that show that it's just blue, like the rest of it.
No, I mean for shading. That's all.
Oh yes, yeah. There was a lot of shading, but yes, that was.
But the only place you would see black was in shading.
But you know what? Symbol. That's the Batman I grew up with. Is the blue and gray Batman.
Me too.
Yeah. So.
But again, it fit the art style, and it fit like even the villains are very exaggerated. So they were. Yeah. That's a specific decision. So I'm not saying it has to be that, well, I mean, that's not practical. If you shoot him, he's dead. Because as far as I don't remember him having any plating in that era. There was no, like, armored plating.
No, it was Frank Miller. Frank Miller was the first person that mentioned that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying it has to be practical. I'm just saying that it has to make sense. And in that era of Batman, even the villains were stylized in a way that didn't make sense.
You know what? You should do a Batman design. In fact, yeah, okay. you should do two. You should do a theatrical one, like one that looks good, and then you should try your hand at like a competent, realistic one.
I could try. I don't know what I would do for.
Well, because you know the thing is, you have the visual style to do it, and like you said, if you know, it's the whole, hey, Dad, this is my bat suit. Right. Like, how would that go over? You know.
Yeah, well, as you said, my dad would slap me in the face, tell me to get a job. So, yeah, I mean, I get it.
If I showed up, if my father was still alive, and I showed up in a Batman suit, it was like...
that goes for me, too.
And I was... Oh, yes, I'm sorry, it's both of us now, you're right.
I think it goes for both of us now.
If I showed up, and I said to my father, I'm going to fight crime, this is my bat suit. My father, who did fight in a revolution, would be like... Get some fatigues, man. Get some fatigues and some machine guns and stay out of sight. You know, like fight from the shadows.
Said, here's my Batman suit. In the way that in my physique, if my father wasn't dead, he would die from it.
Oh, so. Your dad would have put you in a suit. Honestly, that's like the. I could see Batman in like an actual suit, like just like wear bulletproofing underneath, but like. Suit Batman. I mean, that would almost be scarier, wouldn't it? Show up in like a black suit. See, you can't... I'm trying to see if I can find Batman in a suit, but nobody's done it because every time I write Batman in a suit, I just
No,
get
it's the suit. It's Batman.
how do you phrase that? Batman in a three-piece suit.
You would have to say something like Batman in a double
zoot
suit.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Did you find one? You find a
No,
Batman
hold on. I'm putting a double-breasted suit.
I mean, yeah, that's if you want to talk about like office suite suit. That's
No, you know what? I just get pictures of Bruce Wayne.
I mean,
Interesting.
it's sort of as stupid as what we're talking about. Why would Batman be in a standard suit?
No, of course not. It's dumb. It's just to be interesting, you know.
No, they figured out early on that if you want to have somebody in a Batman comic in a suit, use Two-Face because he can have cool suits all the time because they're often two-tone.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Gotham, Gotham by Gaslight suit came up.
Would be funny?
Yeah.
If Batman was put on trial and the judge said you cannot wear your bat suit, and so the only way he could show up for court as Batman is to wear a suit that was in the blue with a tie with all the bat symbol on it. That's the only way that would make any sense. Otherwise,
well, that would be like an '80s comic right there, or a Joel Schumacher movie, you know.
If anybody had done it, I would have expected that.
Court Batman. What's the Court Batman suit?
Defendant Batman.
Defendant Batman. Oh yeah, you know what? No, I can't even find somebody who's drawn it just for shits and giggles.
The Bat-Cused.
Yeah, look at that.
Batman and Robin, the Bat-Cused. Well, I mean, even I'm thinking about it, and honestly, you know what? Okay, no, there is a way to do it. There is a way to do it. Okay, in all seriousness.
Yeah.
If Batman was to show up to court, and the judge said you cannot...
We have devolved. Go on.
No. This is an interesting problem, so I'm solving it artistically.
Okay.
I could draw this easy. If Batman was to show up to court and the judge said, "Look, I understand that your secret identity is important.
You can't be in a tactical suit.
I will allow you to wear a mask, but you must show up otherwise in the same attire that a defendant would." He would show up in a double-breasted suit that would be the light... if I'm doing it in the Breyfogle blue.
Yeah.
Right? And then his, the vest underneath would be gray. His tie would be yellow with a bat pin.
Yeah.
Like right up near the knot. And he would be wearing the cowl, but as, just a cloth cowl with the little ears. That's it. That's Batsuit.
Yeah, honestly, he'd probably look like the Shadow,
Batman.
but with a bat helmet thing.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But that would actually be an interesting...
Who was the guy in the Batman universe before they brought the Shadow in, who is like the Shadow? It wasn't like the Gray Ghost or something like that.
I think it was the Gray Ghost. Yeah,
Gray Ghost.
Yeah, because he was in the animated series.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yes, the Gray Ghost. He was in The Flash, as a matter of fact. He was on the Flash show.
That's a really good suit design, too. The Gray Ghost.
The Gray Ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always made me think of, was it Sandman Mystery Theater?
Yeah. No, he's in the Flash TV series. He's called The Ghost. They didn't call him Gray Ghost, but he's Gray Ghost. And he's awesome. It's actually a great live action outfit for the Gray Ghost. It's more black than gray, but that's what he is. I mean, it is. I think it's supposed to be a combination. It's supposed to be a combination of the Gray Ghost and the Sandman.
Oh, well, there you go. Who played him?
They call him Nightshade, not Gray Ghost. That's all. Same thing. But yes, the Nightshade is the proto Batman.
That's such a weird series too, because then they also had Green Arrow, who was basically Batman.
Oh, I'm talking about the original Flash.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Flash.
Yeah.
The 90s Flash had...
Dude, I don't think I never even saw Nightshade in the series. Look at that.
Oh, that series is so underappreciated. But yeah, he's great. And that's a really good episode because the villain is a 50s villain, and so the Flash goes and finds the guy who beat him originally, and that's Nightshade. Yeah, he's awesome. Flash is awesome. People, man, they never appreciated it. It's a great show.
Oh my god!
But yes, in the animated series, I remember that the Gray Ghost was voiced by Adam West. That's the funny bit.
Yes, which is very awesome.
So, yeah, and that's where Batman geeks out So Bruce Wayne
Oh,
geeks
because,
out
yeah.
on the Gray
Yeah,
Ghost because he loved it.
Yeah.
And honestly, that is one of the smartest decisions that somebody ever made in comics. We often complain about the bad decisions. One of the smartest decisions was having the Shadow show up in Batman comics and vice versa. That is the dream pairing. Fuck Batman, Superman. I don't care. Batman, Shadow.
And
I'm in.
they don't like each other. Have you read any of those stories?
No, I have. They don't. They don't
They
get along.
don't.
And
They-
yet.
But they're effective. They're so
Yes.
effective.
Well, because the Shadow. A lot of people say the Joker is what Batman would be if he'd gone evil. No.
Oh, the
true
Shadow.
Shadow of Batman is the Shadow.
Yeah.
The Shadow kills, doesn't care. The Shadow was a villain, and still acts in what Batman would consider a villainous. He's the Punisher, but not.
Yeah.
Because he just pulls those guns out and mows fucking people apart. He don't care. Fucking nickel-plated 45s. He doesn't give a shit. Just shooting everybody.
Well, because, you're a bad guy. I'm getting rid of you. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Shadow. Yeah.
And so him and Batman are great because there isn't. It's like Daredevil, Punisher. Except,
yeah, I mean,
not
the Joker and Batman are different in that the Batman is order and the Joker is chaos. But if Batman started killing, no, he'd just be the Shadow. You're right.
Yes, he would be the Shadow. If you want to see Batman with guns, you don't have to imagine it. It already exists. It's called the Shadow.
There you go, the Shadow.
The Shadow, in every way, is
what?
A more awesome version of Batman.
And I'm reasonably happy that they haven't even attempted to remake that movie.
I'll be honest. I would not mind seeing it remade, but it would have to be the right people. The person I would pick for it, I don't think would ever have any interest, which would be David Fincher. I don't think he would ever do a superhero movie.
He would never.
No, but the only other person I would pick as far as to handle what I visualize would be Guillermo del Toro. Now,
Oh
I
my
could
God,
see
though,
Del
that would
Toro
be such
doing
a
it
pretty
because
movie.
Lobster Johnson is kind of the Shadow.
Yeah.
So because the Shadow succeeds. Well, a modern version would have to really embrace the visuals. I feel like the visuals are a big part of the Shadow. And the Shadow inherently should not be seen all that often. So you need somebody who has a good command of contrast, light, dark. But, imagine Del Toro doing a version where everything is desaturated except for the cloth that covers his face. Everything else is kind of muted, except for punchy bits like the red cloth. Or like when the 45s come out, there's like a light that shines. They're always effervescent. Or
This is like the light on Angelica Houston's eyes in Addams Family.
Yes, like that.
Yeah,
That's
comes out of nowhere.
What I envision the Shadow being, right? Or the only other person, Joe Johnston. Joe Johnston can do period material. Rocketeer and Captain America. That's all I need. That's all you got to tell me. Good, let him do it.
And the thing is, like, I don't.
Vintage shit.
I know he could. Yeah, you know what? He could do the Shadow. You are right. He could do the Shadow.
He could do the Shadow.
Yeah.
He could do the Shadow, and the Rocketeer teaming up, which is a dream movie that will never happen. But boy, oh boy, would it be awesome!
God, you know what a Shadow Rocketeer movie would be? It'd be the two of them bumping into each other in plain clothes, not realizing who the other person was through most of the movie, and then at the very end meeting up as who they are. And not knowing who the other person is. And never knowing each other's real identities.
Fucking up what the other one was trying to accomplish without meaning to. The Shadow was just about to get a drop on somebody, and the Rocketeer blasts in and destroys half of the club before the Shadow could fire a bullet, and just lights a fire and then accidentally flies out. Or something like that. And the Rocketeer's tracking somebody and then suddenly finds him and he's been shot 80 times, but nobody saw anything. He's like, what do you mean nobody saw anything?
Ah, yes.
Or he just hears laughter and doesn't know where it's coming from. So.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you know what?
Yeah.
Actually, Lamont Cranston could be kind of going after Rocketeer's girl, but being a dick to her, which pisses off the Rocketeer in his plainclothes. Because,
Oh, and Cranston would totally... Yeah, he would totally go after her, yeah.
Yeah, he'd just be...
she's
using her and abusing her. And
she is exactly his type to mess with, yeah.
Like there's potential in that movie.
There is,
where it
yeah.
really works.
Someone called Joe Johnston.
I mean, I can't imagine that he has not at some point been suggested or wanted to do the Shadow.
What the hell is he doing?
I can't believe that
right now.
I don't know. It's a good question. What is he doing? I feel like I did read about him doing something. I could be wrong though.
He better not be dead. That always happens
not
when I
dead.
look somebody up and I'm like,
alive.
shit,
He's
really?
alive.
No.
He hasn't died, I think since 2018, but he is alive.
No, he
alive.
did the Nutcracker. Oh, the Nutcracker movie. Yeah. Maybe that killed him. That might be what slowed him down.
No, well, you know what? He is still big into effects. He did a miniseries about Industrial Light and Magic.
Yeah, I saw that.
He
Yeah.
directed a miniseries about it. So that that's okay.
How old is the man?
Yeah, I mean,
he might also be he might also be old enough that he's.
He is 75.
Oh, there you go. He might just be slowing down.
That could be. I mean, he never did a lot of movies. There's space between movies for him. There's at least usually a couple of years, if not more, before. You know, he did Hidalgo, and then he didn't do Wolfman until 6 years later. Then he did Captain America the next year. Then he did New
I know, and
and
what's funny is that like it is pretty solid. I mean, Honey I Shrunk the Kids was good. Rocketeer was good.
Yeah.
Young Indiana Jones
Jumanji's
Chronicles
good.
were fun. Jumanji was good. I have not seen October
Sky.
Sky.
Is a perfectly good movie. I've seen it. It's a drama. It's a very it's like a coming of age movie. It's good. It's good. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's good.
I mean, I want to hate Jurassic Park 3, but there are actually little things in that movie that I find interesting.
The direction's fine. It's the story that sucks.
Hidalgo was good. Wolfman's good. First Avenger was good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But you could be right. Maybe at this point he just wants to do small scale stuff. But it's a shame because those three directors are the ones, if you're asking me who the dream Shadow directors, there's your three. And each of them has a different strength and I think could bring something different to it. Problem is, Fincher, by all accounts, has no interest in any of that kind of shit.
No, not at
Del
all.
Toro, there's no monsters. The Shadow doesn't have monsters. I don't know how you work those in, unless he meets Lobster Johnson, which I guess he could. So the one that would be the most sensible
the only
would be
way
Joe Johnston, and
the only way Del Toro would do it is if psychologically somebody was creating psychic monsters to scare people, and then sky's the limit.
If I've not seen any indication that Del Toro is any kind of fan of the character.
Yeah.
Del Toro tends to pursue the types of characters he's interested in. By all accounts, those are monsters. That's not saying that he wouldn't do the Shadow if a
especially Frankenstein. Loves his Frankenstein.
He loves. Well, he fucking. Have you seen it? You haven't seen it yet. No.
No, I've seen his house though.
Okay. Right. But all of his movies, are Kronos, that type. But that's vampires. It's still the same thing.
Yeah.
The Shadow, the most monstrous thing, is the Toku's knife. I mean, that's it. It's the most. That's the only thing. Everything else is very human. And so again, if somebody said, "I'll give you $50 billion to do it," all right, he'd do a great job. But he seems to pursue what he's interested in, and that's not the Shadow. Unfortunately, Sam Raimi was interested. They ditched that, you know.
Oh,
I'll be honest.
And doing a remake?
Yeah. He wanted to do the Shadow forever. Yeah, he was big into the Shadow.
Well, Raimi did the original.
No, he didn't. No, that was Russell Mulcahy. That was the guy who did Highlander.
Sam Raimi didn't direct. Hold on a second.
You're talking about the Alec Baldwin Shadow?
Yeah, that's not Sam Raimi.
Absolutely did not. No.
My
Russell
God,
Mulcahy
I thought that for the longest time, I thought that was Sam Raimi who directed that because it feels like such a Sam Raimi movie.
Highlander.
Son of a bitch! How did I miss that?
No, I knew that because
God, you know what? I was gonna say Sam Raimi, and then I didn't because I was like, well, he directed the last one. How did I miss that wasn't? My God.
Because for a while he was supposed to do a Shadow movie.
Because that movie feels like a Sam Raimi movie.
It does at times. Yeah, there's definitely that feeling. Yeah, I can see how you would think that, but no, I knew that.
Jesus Christ.
It's a shame that the guy who did Highlander had what were considered two big bombs, the Highlander 2, obviously, and then the Shadow. was not perceived to be a good movie, which I completely disagree with. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
but
Highlander 2 is
Highlander 2 is a nice piece. It's a fucking quarter pounder with extra cheese. It's garbage, and it's good for you, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's Cheetos. Yeah.
If you just don't care, it's fun as hell.
If you don't care.
Well, honestly,
no, you're right. That is a category of movies that you can watch, and if you just don't care, you have fun.
Right.
That is a category.
I mean, the very premise of Ramirez coming back to life undoes the sacrifice of the first. I mean, it just completely destroys the whole heart.
And then he gives this great speech about sacrifice and summing it all up into one moment, and yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's look. Highlander 2 is a shame in many ways because it's pointless. Because the whole point of Highlander is the movie's got an ending. It's done. It was intended to be one and done. So not only did you waste
and honestly,
the whole meaning of the first movie, but you also wasted what's her name? Oh my God, Virginia Madsen. At the apex of her beauty.
But that's what made the show so weird. There was the longest time that I always assumed that all the show took place before the movie, right? And then I realized that it didn't, and I was like, well, that makes no fucking sense because how can all these Highlanders still be running around? If, Connor McLeod killed the last one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Look, the problem is...
Yes?
The minute that you say, what do we follow up Highlander with, I now know that you understand nothing. Period. It's done. That statement should automatically cause your fist to go into your face.
See, and like the one they did with the magician, where like they had Mary Van Peebles and he was frozen in the ice.
Oh,
and I was like, and I was sitting there going, did you guys sit around and you were like technically trying to figure out the way to bring a Highlander back? I was like, but you know what? Duncan was alive though, so it didn't matter anyway because there were other Highlanders running around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, again, Highlander is a one movie story. And the minute you start saying,
hold on,
do something else.
No. You know what? You can make another Highlander movie. The way to do it is you make a prequel.
Oh, yeah, but that's not what they did. They kept making
sequels.
I
know that. Absolutely. But don't go forward.
That's why I said, no. My statement
go back.
Was, how do you follow up Highlander?
No. You go back. Yeah, there should have been a Connor McLeod in World War II storyline. I would
have watched Ramirez. Ramirez's story.
Man, wouldn't that have been something?
That's the story.
Yeah.
Give me Ramirez.
Yeah.
Give me Ramirez or give me the Kurgan.
You know what? They weren't as prequel happy then as they are now.
I completely agree, but that's what I'm saying is the people who suggested these things did not have any appreciation or value for the original movie. Because the only way you can make it work is to go backwards. To suggest sequels to a movie whose defining fucking quality is to win, there can be nobody else. He says it. How many times is that fucking statement said in the movie?
It's a drinking game.
You could have missed it.
Yeah.
You couldn't miss it. It's not like it was a throwaway line in the first 5 minutes that a side character said under their breath in the background of a bar scene.
There can be only one.
Right. So, obviously, no respect for the film's material. Fine. And that's why you have to go into anything else going, who cares? Because it doesn't matter. It's a child drawing with a crayon on the wall of the house after you told him not to. Fuck it. Whatever.
No, man, they're aliens. They're fucking aliens.
Well, you know what the irony is? That's about the only way it does make sense, is to make them aliens. Where the reason that Connor was the last one is because he was human. You can sort of crowbar that into logic in a way, but not anything else. And nobody wanted that because that destroys the magic angle. Again, it just, you're annihilating the value of the film. You know?
I know.
You're pulling a fucking motor-rom on the whole goddamn thing.
The first one is the best one. The second one is silly, and then everyone after that is just kind of an insult.
The first one is the only serious one.
Yeah.
That's simple. You can have fun with the other ones and the series. The series has good episodes.
See, here's the thing.
I like his face. What's the guy?
I like the series separate from the movie.
Yeah, Adrian
or
Paul?
if Adrian Paul. Or if you take
he was good.
this is another weird way to take the series. If you watch the whole series, right, with the thought in mind that Duncan dies at the end because Connor's the one that wins,
Yes.
that makes the series far more sort of like, there's like a weird melancholy to it, because when you realize that he doesn't win, you're spending all this time with this character, and you're like, yeah.
That would have been a genuinely memorable series, is to have it where at the very end, now if I, retconning it to how I would have done it,
Yeah.
do the whole series, and the last episode, Clancy Brown guest stars, shows up and lops his head off.
See, and I mean, you are correct. It would be something like that, but it would,
Yes.
make it more dramatic, though. But yes, you're right. At the end of the series, he
Van
dies.
Peebles, fine. Get him as the guest star. Whatever. I don't care.
Either way, at the end of the series, no, because it's got to be if the Kurgan is the last one, right? It was the last one.
Sense.
Then it makes sense. It's got to be the Kurgan. So if the end of the series, yes, he dies to the Kurgan in some heroic way, then yes, it'd be very sad, because the series ends with you losing your Highlander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Man, that would have been something, wouldn't it?
It would have been great. If it was that series would be seen as a wonderful way to expand the universe without disrespecting it. That's how it would have been.
Yeah, and you never would have forgotten it either, because you'd be like, oh my God, he dies at the end. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. That's how you do it. That's not what they did.
No. But I mean,
They just kept trying to figure out how to make it work, even though
this is the
doesn't
problem. They want everything to go on forever. They want everything to be a cash cow that just keeps fucking, they keep milking it.
And unlike a lot of prequels where you're like, I don't need that. That's a movie where there's at least 2 prequels you could make. The Kurgan and Ramirez. Characters that would be interesting to get into. I don't think there's any problem with getting more into them.
I would have watched a whole movie with Sean Connery. He was fucking awesome as Ramirez.
Right. And unlike, say, I don't know, Wolverine, where they have to keep inventing ways to give you his backstory because apparently there's no such thing as one good one. So they have to keep fucking with it because they think that means it's more interesting when in fact it is not.
Is that the worst? Is that the worst origin movie?
Boy, it might be.
Like of characters that we know and that we like, who then got an origin movie.
That could be.
Is it the worst origin?
It's a strong contender for number 1.
Because I hate that movie.
I can't think of a worse one.
I'm looking.
Well, I guess Man of Steel.
Oh, here you go. No, hold on.
Yeah.
So here's the list that people feel.
Oh, good.
So Catwoman, which is indirectly connected, but people hate it.
I don't care about Catwoman enough, but sure.
Somebody said that Green Lantern is an origin movie, but not really. It's just a Green Lantern movie.
Yeah, it's just Green Lantern movie.
Whereas X-Men Origins is actually labeled as an origin movie.
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? Somebody said Solo, the Star Wars movie. I like that fucking movie.
No, that movie. Okay, that's bullshit, man. Whoever you are, fuck you. You cannot possibly compare the 2 of those things.
Hold on, I forgot one that somebody mentioned.
What?
Motherfucking Prometheus. Oh man, God, which of those movies would I? Why? I'm sorry. Listen, no. Hold on. I'm agreeing with you. I do think.
I'm saying it's not.
No. I agree. Prometheus is way better than X-Men Origins.
And the reason I will say that is Prometheus, not Covenant. Let's stick with Prometheus.
Yeah. No.
Because what people will say, because it's a shitty or alien origin, right? Okay, that's what they've got to mean. Because otherwise, what the hell are they talking about? As far as an origin, at the end of that, the alien that emerges is different enough looking that you can see it as an analog, or like a cousin to the xenomorph.
Yeah. It's the white one, yeah.
Yes. Not like Covenant, where they just suddenly have a xenomorph.
Yeah.
Which I agree. That's bad. Which is why I like the David stuff better. But no, let's not pretend that X-Men Origins is not worse than fucking Prometheus. Here's something else, by the way. Prometheus is gorgeous to look at. X-Men Origins
is a good-looking movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk like adults now. You're not 10. Let's talk seriously. Please do not try to compare fucking Prometheus and X-Men Origins. Catwoman? All right, we can have a discussion. On Catwoman.
Except that's not an origin movie for anything else. It was just a Catwoman movie.
Not only that, but Catwoman there are different cat women, so you can kind of play with that one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What was it? Screen Rant has a list.
All right.
Let's see. Oz the Great and Powerful, because that's supposed to be an origin for the wizard from. It is it's supposed to be an origin.
But who cared about the wizard? Is what I'm saying. He was a giant fucking head and a guy behind a curtain.
Oh, interesting. I never saw this. Hannibal Rising. Did you ever see that?
No.
That's an origin movie for Hannibal Lecter.
As far as I understand, it is based on what the book said. So you may not like the movie, but I don't think it's completely outside of what the book said.
Oh, okay. Somebody's saying the Rob Zombie Halloween movie because it's an origin story for Michael Myers. Did you see that one?
I did, and I would disagree with that because the first one. Again, we have to stick with the first one, the origin.
Yeah.
The first one has some very effective moments. I don't necessarily love it as a reboot of Michael Myers, but here again, you can't really criticize something that basically did the same thing that John Carpenter did, because they do the sister thing again.
Yeah.
But it's actually, if you watch it, it's a pretty good Rob Zombie movie. I would argue that.
I think that X-Men Origins is the worst origin.
I would say that's still yes, even in comparison to Halloween, which I would agree is not great.
Well,
but,
you know what? If there's people out there who have a worse one, let us know, because I'm looking at some lists here, and I do think it's still the worst. And I say that liking Hugh Jackman and knowing that, it's kind of weird. If there was no X-Men Origins movie, do you think Deadpool would have happened?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Like, is one of those dependent on the other being so terrible?
I honestly don't think so, but I think it makes Deadpool funnier as a wow, holy shit, somebody actually gets the character, compared to having him show up with his mouth missing, which is again, like Highlander 2, is an astonishingly just stupid way to do the character. Like, of all the things you get rid of on Deadpool, of all the things, his mouth, he's known as the Merc with the mouth. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Why would you get rid of? But I will say this though, somebody said the Dumb and Dumber prequel is an unnecessary and
okay, but that's again, who loves these characters enough to care?
I
Whereas
know,
Wolverine
like,
is a mainstay of comics.
I know.
So, like Prometheus, I disagree, but I understand where it comes from, because the Xenomorph is one of the great monsters of film. Halloween, Michael Myers is a classic slasher. Although I would say that for that person who's saying that, you're again, they're replicating what John Carpenter did story-wise with the sister element, which is a lot. People complain about that. Well, that's Halloween 2, guys. I don't like it either, but it already existed. And Malcolm McDowell was really good as Loomis. He's a really good Loomis. So it's not like the movie doesn't have anything.
I'll tell you what, the guy that Rob Zombie got to play Michael Myers.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
a wrestler or something, ain't he?
He's a big,
what's his name?
He's a big fucking dude. Tyler Mane?
Yeah.
He's a big fucking dude.
Sabretooth.
Oh, is that?
That's Sabretooth.
That is. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And you know what? He was a big fucking dude there, too.
He was a good Sabretooth. I mean, they didn't do much with him, but he was good in the character.
No, they didn't know what to do with him at that point. That's why.
At that point, yeah. So, see, this is what I'm saying is, you can't look at Halloween and say, like, okay, they made stupid decisions compared to X-Men Origins, where, again, I have to tell you that a mute Deadpool with eye lasers was made by somebody who doesn't know what Deadpool is. Right? Now, Halloween, the zombie film, for all the criticisms you can legitimately level at it, and there are many, I don't think it's a particularly great film, but I certainly don't think it's the worst Halloween film by a fucking mile and a half. It's in the middle, definitely. But they didn't make decisions that don't make it. For example, the actual mainline Halloween films, way before this one, made fucking Michael Myers into a druidic demon. Now you're telling me that is a less offensive choice for the character than rebooting him in a Rob Zombie movie where he's essentially the same person, more or less, as the Carpenter one. This is why when you're going to make these arguments with me, you've got to be able to back them the fuck up with something. And I'm sorry, but that Prometheus is a better argument than Halloween. It just is. And even there, I'm going to dismantle you on that in about 1 minute.
No, I think that
no.
I think Origins is the worst. I mean, I'm looking at lists here, and
but nothing you've mentioned is.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Catwoman is a bad movie. Don't be wrong.
Oh, you know what? Wait a minute.
But it's not a prequel.
Actually, wait.
Yeah.
Highlander 2 is worse because it turns them into aliens. It is actually a worse origin movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I mean, it is.
The
Yeah, you're right.
Version is an origin story for the Highlanders.
Because it changes the origins to make sense of the movie. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
but you know what? But no. But it's not. Hold on. It's not worse because I enjoy watching Highlander 2. It's stupid fun. Whereas Wolverine Origins is. The only part of Wolverine Origins that's worth watching is like the historical. Well, no, the historical retrospective where it shows them dying throughout history. I actually like that part. I think that part's well done. But the rest of it, I'm just like, ugh, yeah.
I will still say Highlander 2, as far as disrespecting core concepts, that if you have any love of these characters, you should know. I
hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, but since there is a version where the Zeiss stuff is excised, that does not count.
Oh man, what's more disrespectful, Deadpool in Wolverine Origins, or the alien Highlanders?
That is a debatable point.
That's a toss-up right there.
Because I think I would have to default to your position, which is Highlander 2. Once you get past that, is an enjoyable film.
Yeah, it's still fun.
More than X-Men Origins, which
because at no point X-Men Origins Wolverine do we get a Michael Ironside driving a train through a wall. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that was what Deadpool was supposed to be, and that was such a pathetic attempt.
Yeah.
It's just such a bad. I mean,
yeah.
If you took Highlander 2 and you showed Lambert and Michael Ironside with the sound off to a person who knew the Highlander series and said, "Can you guess what movie this is from?" They would guess Highlander in one of their first 3 attempts. If you showed somebody X-Men Origins and said, "Who is Wolverine fighting?" even somebody who loved Deadpool is not going to guess it.
No.
Never. They're not going to guess it.
No, he looks terrible too, and that's not even him, right?
Bear, they'll say, "Well, another immortal," and they'd be right, stupidly, but they're right.
That's not even him playing Deadpool, is it?
No, he is Deadpool. Yeah,
no. At the end when he's in the weird suit, is that still him? I couldn't remember.
Wade Wilson. Yeah.
No, I know that, and I'm saying, is that Ryan Reynolds when he shows up at the end with no mouth, and he's like
that's
weird.
Ryan Reynolds. Oh no, that's
it's still Ryan Reynolds. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I remember. I thought I
remember.
reading something that was like a stuntman or something because it was.
Well, I think there were stuntmen in it, but there's pictures of him in the makeup.
God, he looks so stupid.
I mean, it is astonishing.
You took the one thing away, like you.
This is what I'm saying is, if you looked at a picture of that character without any information and said, "Who is this from X-Men?"
That's like, I mean, it's like a studio going, you know what?
Horizon escapee. He's not.
We really like Cyclops. We want to get rid of the whole eye laser thing. Do you think we could do that? We like Angel, but could we, instead of wings, could he kind of crawl through the ground?
If you want to know what that character is, that character is Baraka from Mortal Kombat after he went through the Event Horizon dimension. That's what he is. That's what that fucking character is. That is not Deadpool. It's laughable.
I know, and the fact that that character has now gone on to become like Disney's darling for the amount of money that he brought in.
Wolverine comes back as a better version of even Wolverine in his movie.
Yeah,
it's just amazing. It's amazing.
God, reality is so weird sometimes.
Man, you ain't kidding.
Anyway,
yeah.
What was the opener? Oh, look at that. We're an hour and 20 minutes in.
Yeah, it was an opener.
That was the opener. Okay.
Did you have anything else, or should we dive into the movies?
No, I didn't think I did.
Well, I didn't either, but here we are an hour and 50 minutes later. Let's cue it.
Just give me the essence of the thing, the juice, you know. my mom.
Hey, no problem. It don't make no sense.
No.
It's Italian.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not gonna lie.
Custom version. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You did a good job, but I'm a little let down
About what?
because I miss my music. I miss my.
Oh, yeah. Well, it occurred to me I have to make an Italian edition.
Oh, I guess. No. Like I said, you did a good job. I know what you did,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I miss my classic opener.
Well, that'll be back for.
I know, it'll be back.
There will be some weeks where we don't watch Italian films. Probably not many, but and
Will
then they'll
there?
come back for that. Yeah.
So,
Not all these films are Italian either, so it's not for that. But that's where we.
So, do you want to end?
Oh, I remember the clip.
Do you want to end with what you did to me, or do you want to start with what you did to me?
Wow. That's a great question. I hadn't considered it. Well, you know what? I'll let you pick.
Oh man. Well, I mean, it ends on it. You know what? Let's start with the movies because it'll be an interesting way, a last thought to leave in people's minds.
Let's put it this way. I know that we're going to agree on the quality of all three in order. I know that. In terms of... so these are all Christmas films. Let me lead off. This is the theme.
This is our Christmas... This is basically our Christmas show, right?
Well, it's going to be again because I still have more Christmas movies.
Oh, good.
So there's three more Christmas films that are coming for the next show.
Oh, good.
But yeah, this started the Christmas one. But boy, what do we want to do here?
We'll start with the Canadian one, and then we'll go to the Italian one, and then we'll end with that one.
Okay. So
there you go. Yeah.
We're going to go in not the order we watched them. So we'll start with the movie we watched second.
Yeah.
Which is the Canadian one, as Lando describes it, which is 1974's Black Christmas. I point out the year because there's been a remake, and I don't know if it's a requel or just a straight reboot. I'm not really sure if it's supposed to be sort of a semi-sequel or not, but whatever. There's been newer versions, but we watched the original, which is the 1974
and right up front, this movie is directed by the same guy that did Christmas Story. Right?
Yes.
This is not a guy I would normally think horror movie, right?
No.
And I was humongously impressed with this movie. I thought this was just going to be a slasher flick. And it is a slasher flick. But it does a lot of interesting things that I haven't seen in other movies. It makes a lot of smart, right story decisions, right? And does genuinely have one of the more tense endings I've seen to a movie.
And I have to say, I've never seen this before, so this is one we both had seen for the first time. So I've heard of this movie for years, and I've been meaning to watch it for years, and simply never got around to it. And so I was like, screw it. I'll do it for a Christmas movie. So I did not know what the ending was. I hadn't read much about it. I just knew it was considered... It's one that people bring up as the generation of the slasher trend that would dominate the 80s, but even into the 90s.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I don't know if I've seen a lot of 80s movies that did it. So, give you an example. We watched Nightmare on Elm Street 2 the other day, right? And they did a stinger ending, right? And you watch the stinger ending and you're like, wow, that just made the whole movie shitty. Like, I liked the movie, but your stinger ending just fucked up what was there, and I'm gonna actively ignore your stinger ending because it's stupid, right? Whereas with this movie, the stinger ending works so well, and you sit there and you go, oh shit, like it isn't tacked on, it is part of the larger tension of the movie. So it's things like that. This is a vastly superior slasher fic than many that I saw in the 80s. And also like doesn't have to depend on the things that a lot of other movies fall back on. So there isn't excessive gore. There is gore, but there isn't excessive gore. Like other directors would have taken every chance in a movie like this to show you like, gushing bloody wounds. No, they show you just enough to get the point across. Sometimes they don't even show you the murder because at that point you know what's going on. Also, no nudity. I gotta bring this up because one of the big staples of a lot of slasher flicks in the 80s were at some point there was nudity. No nudity, even though it's a sorority girl house. That could have gone so many other ways. There's no nudity, there's no excessive gore, and yet it becomes actually quite tense. So I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily call. If I was to describe this to somebody, I would say that it's basically like a thriller, like it's a horror thriller. I don't even know if I would say slasher because
I think horror thriller is probably better.
Yeah, but it's really more of the tension.
And Margot Kidder. Margot Kidder is so good in this.
No, she's just Lois Lane. This is Lois Lane as a young ballbuster. That's all it is.
Oh God! Well, as like a drunk
Lois Lane in a sorority house would be. This is what she would have been. So if you just imagine that she was in a sorority, perfect. You got it.
She was good. Yeah, she was really good in this.
No, everybody in it's good. I mean, there's so many smart things in the movie in terms of how it's structured, how the story's done, the tension of the scenes, where there's a lot of really just good sound effects. There's moments where nothing's really happening, and that's the tension of it. No characters make what I would call overly stupid decisions, which is, again, something that we would definitely not see in later slasher films where people just do really dumb things constantly.
Oh, no, there's some dumb... But there is dumb shit that happens in this movie, because at the end...
Well,
the end, she could have left, and she didn't, and that's when everything goes haywire.
But that's not stupid. It's
I know, she thought... Yeah, she thought she was trying to help her friends.
If she thought one of those girls was alive...
No, you're right, and she didn't know.
The moral decision, which is not my decision. My decision is get the fuck out of there. But... I can't call that dumb.
Only because she was, and the thing is, she was told to leave.
Yes, but the guy who told her was not supposed to tell her why.
Yeah.
And if he had just been smart, but even that is really good storytelling because the movie keeps emphasizing how dumb this one cop is.
Yeah.
And so when he does something dumb, it doesn't seem out of nowhere. He's the one who does something dumb, but it's been set up that he's not
because
that smart.
he's the dipshit all along.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And so he's going to blow it. He's going to blow it. As soon as the other cop says, don't tell it, he's going to figure out how to tell her somehow. Somehow he's going to tell her. But in other words, when, let's say, the killer in this case is in the attic, right? But if he had said to her, the killer's in the attic, and she had then gone up into the attic to try to fight him, that's stupid. Trying to save the two people that she thinks might be alive, I mean, it's not the smartest thing, but I can understand why she would try to do it, because she doesn't want them to be dead.
Yeah, she didn't know I mean, we, the audience, knew they'd been dead for a while, but she didn't.
Yes. So you can understand where it's coming from.
And you know what? I'm going to say another thing for this one. We're reviewing another movie later on that is very good, but that I felt went on too long. Whereas this movie, I don't think this movie goes on too long. I think that it's perfect timing. I don't think this movie drags. I think it does everything it needs to do in a good time.
I don't disagree that the other
you
one
can
goes
disagree
on
with
for
me.
a while.
You can.
Well, no. I would debate that there is a reason for it, which I think is a staple of those types of movies.
Yeah, I know, but I think Black Christmas. I think that it's a very tight, focused movie.
Yeah, well, it's a different movie. It's also a very, very different film than the other one that we watched because this one, unlike the other movie we're going to review, the central mystery of this movie is never resolved.
Yeah, that's another weird thing.
I mean, that's right up front.
I mean,
why the killer's doing what they're doing.
Yeah, not only do you not know whether the last girl gets killed or not, and it makes total sense, how it happens, but also you don't know why they fucking did it in the first place. I mean, It is. If you're one of those people where like you need to know, then yeah, you can't watch this movie. So,
yeah, and if you hear the commentary, there's a point where I'm like, I just need to know who this killer is. And honestly, I would love to have heard an explanation, but I also don't care that I didn't.
But it made sense. I mean, it made sense that he was talking about as much shit as he did, because if he's in the attic, he's overhearing all these conversations.
Well, and the thing is, you do have fragments of... You can put together why this person is doing what they're doing, to some degree. There are bits and pieces of the psychosis at work. Because there are some repeated themes that would indicate some type of traumatic event that this person was either the victim of or involved in. Either one, hard to say. You don't even know. I mean, we're pretty sure it's a man, but I'm not even positive about that. I couldn't even say for 100% certainty that the killer is a male. Based on Sleepaway Camp, which I know you haven't seen.
Oh, I know Sleepaway Camp.
So I'm saying
you only ever
don't
see
ever know for sure.
No, you only ever see the eye.
Right.
And the eye doesn't really give itself away as either or.
And hermaphrodites exist. So all I'm saying is, depending on what the traumatic event was, one person could identify with two different people in a traumatic event.
Well, you were wondering if it was one person. Which I think it is.
I am.
I do think it's one person.
It was. I've read the background of how it was made. It was always intended to be one person. However, there was a version where it was going to be the boyfriend with the fur coat who was the killer, and then they realized they couldn't do that because he was
with the cops all the time.
That's the thing. They realized that it would create too many plot holes because of where he had been in the movie, so they decided against it. But that was a discussed idea. Because when he was in the room at the end, I was kind of like, well, he's there. Anybody who's in the room with the woman at the end who's not a cop, I'm sitting there going, because you just don't know. But it is a phenomenally tense and well-made movie that you see the influence of it in many places.
Yeah, I mean, the ending...
Scream is the most obvious.
Oh, yeah. Scream is very, very well connected to this. I mean, that end, the whole end of this movie... When she's in the house and you realize that it's just her now with the killer.
Yes.
And they finally realize where the calls are coming from, and they're in the house. And it's like, this is like the beginning of that which has now become like a stereotype, where it's like the killer's in the house, right? I mean, that is genuinely very tense. And then she gets to the door, and you're like, leave, like like when you start calling out at the TV. Yeah, it's good. This is one of those movies. I think there's a lot of non-horror people that would watch this movie because it doesn't go too hard in that direction.
No, but it will sit with you.
Yeah,
it will stick with you for a while because.
Because you left.
It's interesting.
Does she die? Who's the killer?
Does she die?
These questions are not answered.
Right.
Yeah.
There's lots to it. Where you just sit there and you're like, oh boy.
And the thing is,
so
you can see
why this has the reputation it does.
You can see when people are going to die too. That's the other thing, and it's not in a way where you're like, oh, now she's going to die. No, it makes sense because if the killer's listening, the killer realizes that he can kill certain people and get away with it. Because there's people like at one point there's a character who's going to be going away soon, so he's like, well, if I kill them now, he's like, no one will find them for a while. And there's shit like that because when the first girl dies. No one realizes it till like middle of the next day, because her father shows up.
Yeah.
And then for another half a day, they're like, "Well, isn't she here? Isn't she there? Or she probably just was busy. Oh, the cops are like, she's probably shacking up with a guy by the lake or some shit like that. Like it's all this stuff. So it's it's a Black Christmas.
Here's
is well written.
I don't know an answer to either, and this is what I kind of like because it could be either one. So there's a point where everybody, a bunch of them are out looking for a young girl who's not.
Yeah, someone else has been killed.
Girl who's been killed. Right now, is it that the killer killed that young girl and then went into the sorority house, or was that completely unconnected?
See, and the thing is, you don't know, but my internal narrative is that I think he killed her and then he hid out in the sorority house. Because he found a way in.
And to me, because they said he'd been calling for a while, I don't think he had anything to do with it.
Oh yeah, because he has been calling for a while.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of it just. Oh
why
yeah,
did
you're
he
right.
leave to kill a little girl because he didn't make a phone call afterwards? We know nothing about a phone call, which is connected to all the other ones.
But hold on, right?
Yeah.
So he's been calling for a while, but he hasn't been up in the attic all that time.
Well, we don't know that because all the calls in the movie are made from the what do you call its phone?
No, you don't.
Phone.
You don't. Hold on, you don't know that.
They say that.
All the calls?
They say that the call. Yeah, they say the only 2 phones in the house.
No. I know that, but the only they don't have the technology in that day and age to have pre-tracked those phone calls. They said that particular phone call that time was coming from inside the house.
It doesn't make sense that he would have just gotten there.
No, I think he was watching this house, and I think he was watching these people, and I think he went in and figured out how to get in. If he didn't kill the little girl, which I think he did, I think he killed her, and he was planning on killing all them, and he was just basically, in his mad way, he was casing the whole thing. I think he knew how to get in there. I think he went in a bunch of times. I think that's why he was as secure moving around the house as he did. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd gone into the house before and he had moved around the house and done nothing just to see what he could get away with. I think that a lot of the phone calls came from other places. And I think that it wasn't till they tracked him that he was calling for. I think the last couple calls came from within the house. But I think that previous calls did not. I think that guy, I think he did, based on this kind of my logic on this, I think he did kill the girl. And I think he was watching them for a while.
So.
Oh, do they? Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, most people say that was the first killer of the night. So.
Yeah. I think this person basically decided to kill, and that was the first victim, and then they basically went to this, and they'd been watching these girls for a while because they knew things. Yeah. They've been watching. Yeah. So no, it's
the remakes. The remakes apparently explain his backstory and all this other stuff, and that's where I'm like, yeah, I don't need any of that. I'm okay.
So wait, but the remake is they just made up a new version of the story, right? It's not like they had information.
Now apparently the original Bob Clark before he died had kind of given his blessing to the first remake, I believe, and they explain. So the 2006 remake saw 2 killers in the form of Agnes and Billy. So there are actually 2 people. And that's, because that's the 2 voices, right? So the 2019 one...
Are there multiple remakes?
Yeah, so see, they are 2 remakes. Oh my God. Okay, no, they went full supernatural in 2019, so we can just forget that one. Yeah, the spirit of the fraternity is possessing. Fuck that. I don't even want to read it.
No, I like the idea that it's just somebody who was kind of crazed but wanted to punish women. One of these types, and he basically took out his mania. Yeah. On this lot of women that he decided to kill, and then he wasn't he wasn't with the movie. Crazy, but he was in a maniac state. So he could reason, but he was kind of nuts therein. Because the way he kills some of these people, he never. If you think about it, he never really uses. How many times does he actually use an intended weapon?
Twice.
A weapon he brought? Because he kills.
I don't know.
Because he kills the one. Hold on, he kills
the weapon. So 3.
Well, yeah, because the bag, that's just a plastic bag. You don't know if he got that in her closet. He killed the other girl with the crystal unicorn. The glass unicorn. Right.
And then he killed the woman with a hook.
With a hook that was in the
pulley hook.
That was in the that was already there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I like the fact that he doesn't seem to have brought a weapon, is what I'm saying.
No, he stabs. Barb, he grabs it. How does he? Well, Phil, we don't see how he kills her.
Yeah.
So we don't know. We don't know how he killed the little girl, because we never see her, which I like.
Yeah, and the ones that we do see are weapons that he just improvised. He improvised. Was. Yeah, so I like the fact that.
Oh no! You know what? The cop. The cop appears to have had his throat slit with a
yes,
knife.
he did.
Cops
he
don't
did.
typically hold knives, so I
guess
that
so
would be
he
it.
must have had a knife for that. Yeah, unless he did it. Unless he did it with the unicorn.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, I don't think that would work very well as a knife for slitting.
No, that'd be awkward. But again, I mean, he didn't use a knife on her. He used the unicorn.
Well, and that's why I'm like, it is a slasher in some ways, but it also isn't a slasher because it's really not reliant on the slashing part.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
We'll talk about definitely is
The scene where he puts the hook through the old woman's head in the attic. Any other director would have gone out of their way to have fun with the gratuity of that scene.
Well, that's your Rob Zombie's Halloween. That's
what I mean. Yeah,
through her, there would have been a fountain of rainbow blood.
Yeah,
and,
this director
was
so reserved in how he dealt with some of this stuff. Like, it's such a measured dose of it. So, no, I do think this is a genuinely very good. I guess you're right. It's a thriller. It's a very good murder thriller that leaves you. I mean. Fucking like the phone ringing through the credits just drives you mad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you and I had a big debate afterwards whether the girl was going to die or not.
Well, and the fact that they were going to film both endings and decided that it was better to leave it up to the viewer, I think tells you everything. You're supposed to you can read it either way.
Yeah.
And it's tough to know.
Do you think she dies?
The fact that the director had written a sequel where she was alive has to make me think she's alive. Because he could have written a sequel where she was dead.
But forgetting the meta information and going off just what's in the movie.
Well, if I forget that, I would want her to be alive. Now, I can't say there's anything that indicates she is. Nothing.
See, and I think she lives, and the only reason I think she lives is because the killer has this pattern. He makes a phone call and somebody has to answer it. And the pattern is somebody answers it and then he kills somebody.
Yes.
Right? And if no one answers the phone, then he just keeps calling.
We see, if you watch the ending, the cop goes in the house, which makes me think he's going to kill the cop.
I wonder if he kills the cop before he kills the girl.
Yes. And then hopefully she gets out.
Yeah, and then the cops... And then somebody finally checks because they don't even find two of the bodies. I mean,
you know what? And that's the thing that...
Jesus, hold on. I just realized something horrible. The father of the first girl that gets killed never finds her body.
No.
Even by the end of the movie. He doesn't even know.
Well, all right. Now, logically...
Someone would have checked the attic.
At some point, they would check the attic. Because the thing that a lot of people say is a plot hole, and I disagree. I don't think it is. And this is what I was saying, is my only problem that I don't think is a problem is that you can sit there and say, well, why wouldn't the cops check the attic? Well, they're all in the house, and the father has like a panic attack or something.
He faints. He faints, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, all right, we got to get him out of here because, this has overwhelmed him, and everybody leaves helping him out.
But they leave thinking that the killer is dead, and they leave a cop at the front door.
Yes.
So
but at some point, what they would say is, well, wait a minute, though. We never found the mother.
So we'll check
realize the house mother was never made it, and that the daughter...
Yeah.
And at some point, the cop would say, you know what, let's go over the house top to bottom one more time.
Yeah,
and they
the
would
next
have eventually
day.
Found.
Yeah.
Yes. But the fact that Peter was in the basement, they might have thought that the bodies would have been in the... Like, you can see where in the confusion of everything going on, they might not have checked immediately.
The fact that there's such a debate about it after the fact. I think it's a very smart thriller.
Yes. That's great. It's like I said, you can see its influence in lots of places. It's very well done. It's very tense. It is very well paced. It goes right by. I think it's only an hour and a half. I think it's short.
It's an hour and 37 minutes.
Yeah, there you go. So it doesn't feel like that because, it's keeping things moving.
And you know what? When certain characters died, I was genuinely very sad. Like when the house mother gets killed, she was hilarious. Yeah, I mean, there's so much. What's interesting with this movie is there's a lot of it that's very funny, and what's funny about the funny is that I know that in the later movie we're going to talk about, there's a lot of kind of like straight from horror movie to comedy that feels very disjointed. Whereas in this movie, the comedy kind of makes sense because people are joking around with each other and don't know what's going on. They don't know they're in a murder thriller. So they are very funny. The movie is not funny, but they are funny. So like Margot Kidder's character is very funny. Even when she starts to come apart at the seams, she's still very funny. I am genuinely fucking bummed when she dies.
Yeah.
I mean, she's the one that gets killed with the fucking glass unicorn too. So
I don't like when. I mean, they're all people that you like. You don't dislike any of the girls, so it's when they all die.
Well, you don't really know the
There's
first
nobody
one. I mean,
like dying.
Yeah, you don't really know her, so
Except
you're kind of
Peter,
like, oh
who
no.
seems like a real asshole. So
Peter does seem like a dick. Yeah, like he's
see,
kind of
that's
he
what
is.
I said, okay, the dark ending of this is that they think it's Peter and the killer gets away with it, and I wasn't quite guessing the ending.
Yeah.
But I was looking at Peter going, they're setting him up.
They're setting him up to be the bad guy.
Natural suspect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, she's pregnant. He wants the abortion. The killer's mentioning, I know what you did with the baby. It's like all that stuff.
Yeah, and then he smashes the piano up to fucking smithereens, and you're like, okay, this guy's unhinged.
So as the cops, you understand why Peter is a natural fit. It makes complete sense why they would say, he's in the basement. She kills him in self-defense. Like, it all makes sense. You can see why, at first, Peter makes sense.
Yeah.
Again, once they started looking around and they found the bodies in the timeline, stuff wouldn't line up. So the question is, does the killer get caught in the house, or does he kill the cop and then run because he knows that they're going to find him? Like, there's no way he could just stay there. So does he kill them both, or does he just call to, like, torture Jess and then leave and say, I'll see you again one day, so that she'll forever be looking over her shoulder because she doesn't know if he'll ever show up again? I don't know.
I think they catch him in the house.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of Jess being dead.
No, you know what? Honestly, I think he kills the cop, right? And then I think he goes back up and makes some more phone calls. I think that's his pattern. Is that
Oh yeah. I mean, it would make more sense. And I think he would get more out of torturing Jess than the cop, as far as
and that's the other thing. He never kills more than one. He always kills one after each phone call.
It's just one. Yeah.
And then there has to be another phone call. So like it's the internal patterns of the movie,
And if his goal is to instill fear, it's better served by killing the cop and then torturing Jess about it. Like you are never safe. That's why I say he kills the cop, calls Jess, leaves, having said, I will see you again one day, so that she will never escape the fear of this person showing up.
Yeah, but the other way to end it, too, would be that she catches him killing the cop, and in a dreary state, kills him. Because she's drugged as well.
In a modern movie, that's what would happen.
Yes.
In this movie, I don't see that ever being the version of what happened.
No, but the ending for this movie is so perfect. I mean, it leaves you tense, but it's so good.
But the next 10 minutes of the movie, in my head, no version of that is her killing the killer. It's either that the killer kills her, and the cop gets a phone call, and realizes, and he escapes or whatever, or he kills. This is my version of it.
Yeah, he kills the cop, and then
that next 10 minutes, he kills the cop.
Yeah.
Calls Jess, and because she's still dreary, because they say, well, she's not going to be coherent.
She's gonna be out for 4 hours.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
right.
4 hours.
So calls her just enough so that he can terrorize her and let her know, yeah, I'm alive, and I'm leaving, but I will never stop hunting you, so that she is terrified and just destroys her life.
I mean, listen.
I mean, that's sort of worse.
You got to give them credit that they had the nerve to end it when they did.
Yeah.
I mean, no modern movie would do that at this point.
No, they wouldn't have the restraint. They would have to. The killer would be like a scarred Phantom of the Opera guy with a Quado aborted twin attached to his body that would be holding the knife and controlling him or some shit, and it would just go crazy.
Yeah.
This kind of subtlety doesn't exist in storytelling much at this
point.
And
I mean, it's the restraint is incredible to see.
It is. Yeah.
So yeah, I think if you're looking for a thriller, it's worth watching.
Free to watch. It's on Tubi. You can watch it for nothing.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. But it does have a 4K, which I will be getting because there's a bunch of commentaries about it, and I want to dig into the backstory of it. So
here you go.
There's a nice 4K of it out.
So Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We went from one Christmas slasher to technically another one. It's not set at Christmas the way Black Christmas is, but it is a the inciting incident is indeed at Christmas, and that is 1975's Deep Red or Profondo Rosso, depending on which version you see, because I've seen both titles used, which is another Dario Argento special.
Doesn't Profondo Rosso mean profound red?
Well, deep red. A profound red is a deep red.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Profondo
Wait,
is deep.
Oh, so it's not profound?
Well, that's deep. It's an analogy. I mean, it's the same thing.
It's just
realization.
I know, but deep red and profound red.
It doesn't mean strong. It means deep, as in a profound.
Oh, like a vivid.
Vivid, yes. Exactly.
Okay.
But in Italian, profondo is
that's
deep.
what I was trying to understand. Okay.
Yeah, like a lago profondo or profondo lago is a deep lake.
Got it.
That's how you would say it. So, yeah, Profondo Rosso is deep red, which is now one of the things I love about cinephiles when they're not being snobby assholes is the debates that they have about what a legendary director's best movie is. When you get to Argento, this movie comes up among probably 5 others. Suspiria is always one of them. Tenebrae is always one of them. I would argue Inferno has got to be up there, which we will watch because that's the direct sequel to Suspiria, so we will be watching that at some point. We just haven't
I'm going to tell you right up front. I think Suspiria is a much better movie than this. And the reason I think that is because I did enjoy this movie quite a bit, and I will get into all the little things about it that I enjoyed. But I felt like this movie went on like 20, 30 minutes too much. I felt like there was a lot. There's at least, I mean, when he gets to that fucking house in the middle of the movie, he's there for fucking ever. Just wandering around. And I know that they wanted to make it worth it for what they had to do to get that house so they could film in it. But yeah, there are times in this movie where I feel like it's dragging. And it's a shame because then things start happening and it gets really good again. And then it starts to drag. And it's these little drag points for me at the end of scenes. There isn't like one big... I mean, the house is a big drag point. But like, there's so many little elements of this movie that just go on a little too long for me. And they add up and they add up. So like, it's a 2 hour and 7 minute movie. I feel like it should have been like an hour and 40 at most. That is my biggest issue with the movie. And the thing is, with Suspiria... I didn't feel like Suspiria dragged at all. Like, there's a lot of scenes that go on and then are tense, and it makes total sense for me in that movie, right? Because you're dealing with something supernatural, so you don't really know where it is, how it's watching you, you know? Whereas there's nothing supernatural about Deep Red. It is a slasher mystery. So, that's my biggest issue with the movie. Beyond that, I think it's beautifully filmed. The actors are all good. The girl, what's her name that you love? She's
Dario Nicolodi.
I mean, she has so much style, and the fact that this movie is so weird in that it swings from like murder slasher thriller to fucking comedy so quickly. Like, I think we were saying in the commentary, there's something very Chinese about this, because a lot of like the Hong Kong movies, they would basically go from like slapstick comedy to like, oh my god, you killed my friend, I will kill you, and like it gets all like serious and intense. This movie goes from like intense to funny so quickly. I mean, that broken down car that woman has in this movie it's such a source of just absurd comedy.
It is.
And like, I feel like if this movie was just a little bit shorter, it would be fucking like perfect.
Well, interestingly,
yeah,
they did have a shorter version originally that was 26 minutes shorter, but most of it was cutting out the scenes between the two of them, which I think is a mistake.
Yeah, I wouldn't cut that at all. I would just cut. I mean, honestly, like I said, a lot of it would be cutting the house. He's in that house for so goddamn long.
Yes. Now, my argument for why I don't mind it being long, besides the fact that I just like watching Dario Argento do stuff with a camera, but I think that what it does, and what I think a lot of movies don't do properly, is it demonstrates... One of the hallmarks of a lot of these films from Argento specifically, but others too, is the idea of ordinary person trying to work out a crime that's complex. Not an investigator, not a PI, not somebody with magic sixth sense insight, not somebody who sees clues Columbo style or anything like that, even though Columbo's a normal person. But somebody who really shouldn't be investigating this, but knows a key piece of information and is trying to put the thing together. So, at the beginning of the movie, we see something. Lando saw it, but didn't know what it was. He noticed something.
No, and if I hadn't been watching it with you, I would have freeze framed it. Because I would have been like, wait a minute, what did I just? Because that happens in movies all the time where you see like an Easter egg, and you're like, wait a minute, is that Darth Vader's head? I thought that it was just something kind of weird. I didn't realize it was the crux of the whole fucking movie.
And this is one of the things now that I made this decision. Well, I don't know how many years ago now. That I don't do that anymore because I want to experience the movie the way it's supposed to be experienced. So I will not freeze frame anything, even if I notice it the first time. I watch it straight because I want to see whether I picked it up or whether it's something or not. And now the second or third time, that's when I'll like pay attention to stuff. But I will never freeze frame a movie the first time. I don't care what I think I saw. I wait. I'm like, nope, I'm going to watch this movie because if I didn't see it, that's meant I was supposed to possibly not see it like I was checking. That is one detriment of modern technology where you can stop every frame, is if you're trying to set something like that up, well, if you stop and look at it, then you know who the killer is probably within the first 20 minutes. And
I know, but you know what's funny to me? So I agree, right? If you want to have the most original cinematic experience, don't freeze frame. However, if I'd known so the thing is, when you see the killer, like if you saw who the killer was, right? You still wouldn't know who they were in the context of the movie because that character hasn't been presented yet, right? And when you do meet that character later on in the movie, I think that you would be so blindsided by it, and honestly, it would create an entirely different kind of cinematic experience. Because if I watch this movie again, knowing who the killer is, those scenes are so much more tense now. But it's not a tension. It's like I'm tense watching them because I know what's going on, right? And it makes me kind of reevaluate the experience I had before. So I think that knowing who the killer is up front creates just as a different, but just as fascinating experience watching this.
Well, a couple things. First,
200 hours later.
And I'm not saying that anybody's wrong if they want to do that. I'm saying I don't do that because the thing that the movie does constantly with the main character, Mark, is he keeps saying, I know I saw something, but I don't know why it's important. And that, by not freeze framing it, you're in that same thing where you're like, I saw something.
I think Suspiria did a better job of this because it was a conversation that we didn't hear, but she did. And so we're stuck with her trying to figure it out. And as she figures it out, it's presented to us. Whereas in this situation, we saw the same thing he saw. So, like, if you have fucking photographic memory, you'd know who it was.
Well, assuming that you looked at that spot at the right time. So if you accidentally saw it and you had perfect recall, yes.
Yeah.
You would probably put it together.
Whereas I just have like, the weird video game, something's off in this image alarm that goes off.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, it's watching too many of these movies too, because like it's Alien Earth. It's watching Alien Earth and being like, "Where's the alien? Where's the alien? Oh, there it is." You watch these movies and you're like, "Where's the killer? Where's the killer?"
But since you couldn't freeze frame it, you didn't really see it, so you were in the same position as Mark.
Yeah.
You saw something, and it was something, but you don't know what it is.
You know what? I didn't think it was the killer. I thought it was another witness.
Well, that's the point. Is you don't know, and actually, when the movie ends, quote unquote, the first time, even Mark doesn't immediately put together that, wait a minute, the guy that they think is the killer, he was there when the killer was there. He's like, this doesn't make sense. Even he doesn't put it together instantly, because if he had known when Carla, whatever, it's a fucking 50-year-old movie, who cares at this point? the killer is actually Carlo's mother, who had been having psychotic mental illness problems and was about to be committed by Carlo's father, which is Mark's drunken friend.
Yeah.
Who you think is drunk because he is a gay man living at a time where being gay is not as acceptable as it is now.
No, it's because he watched his father be murdered by his mother and then had to basically hide it.
Yes, exactly. So he's got a lot going on. Let's put it that way. He's got a lot going on. So when you first see him, he just seems like a drunken lout, and then you start to understand, oh no, he's got a lot of weight on him. So,
but hold on, but he does stab the girl, right? That is Carlo that does it, or is his mother?
Stabs which girl?
The co-lead.
Daria. He stabs Daria. Yes.
Okay, so he does, but so there you go. So he does do something wrong. I mean,
well, I assume he did, unless they were both there. But I'm
assuming, and I don't
the only thing
know.
Is you don't see Carlo with a knife, so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Because she's got a knife in her. So did Carlo have a knife and a gun? Actually, that's a good question. Did Carlo stab? Oh my God, what's her name? I think Daria. It's not Daria. What's her? No, but what's her name in the movie? I
have no idea.
Gianna. Gianna. Did Carlo stab Gianna? Let's see. Did Carlo stab Gianna? Does anybody say? If they say for sure, because I think it could be either one. Here it is. Who stabbed Gianna at the school? Here we go. I just watched it.
I think it's him.
I always thought it was Carlo. The fact that Gianna survived indicates she was attacked by someone who wasn't really a killer.
Yeah, there you go.
Good point. Yeah, that's a good point. So actually, Carlo doesn't kill anybody.
And Carlo's mother never uses a gun.
Well, right, but she could have been there with him, and she could have said, "I'll take care of the girl. You go get him." So I didn't know if they were both there cleaning things up. But no, it makes sense that, if it was the mother, she'd be dead. And she survives, which is very good, because otherwise I would not want to rewatch this movie. But that's where the house doesn't bother me, because if I, as a dipshit artist, am trying to solve a murder, and all I know is that there's a clue in a house, I would probably have to wander through the house for the whole day before I would stumble onto something.
I know, it's
so
just...
while I don't disagree that for a viewer who's not as into this shit as I am, it probably is about half an hour too long. And I'm sure there's a fan of it chopping it way down.
But I wouldn't cut any of the scenes with her out. Like,
no,
that's the thing.
Is that the cuts they did make no sense to me.
Yeah, make no sense. Like,
relationship is great.
Yeah, if anything, I wanted more of them. This movie would be much better if she was with him from the start. But I think she's more clever than he is. She would have figured it out.
Yeah, well, absolutely. She is. The funny part about the two of them, the thing that I think the movie does very well without hitting you over the head with it, is that he is blustering about why women are lesser than men, which I don't think he actually genuinely believes, because he keeps changing the reasons. First it's that they're physically stronger, then it's that they're smarter. It's like he's bouncing around every time she blows one of his stupid opinions out. He has to switch to another one. And she's acting really tough, and yet she'll also say things, well, when am I going to see you again? Do you want to fuck? Like, she's clearly into him. So the two of them should just immediately understand that they're going to be together, but they're kind of playing around each other in this really cute way.
You should be so lucky to have a woman like that come on you that hard.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
And
Absolutely.
Honestly, stylistically, there are little elements in this movie that make it so memorable. And that character and the way she flicks her cigarette. I mean, you know what? Hold on. Here's a few things in this movie that I want to mention. Just little things that are. So Gianna, it's Gianna or Gianna?
It's Gianna. Yeah, Gianna.
Gianna. She flicks her cigarette in this way. She smokes cloves, it looks like. But she does this flick when she's putting one in her mouth. And it is so cool. And I have not seen that in a movie before. Like, I mean, other people but it's so smooth the way she does it. Another thing, at one point, Carlo and the main guy are arguing. And Carlo takes the cigarette out of his mouth and just kind of, rotates it and then puts it right back. Right? Like, it's just such a weird, and then her car is fucking destroyed. So you can only get out of the car by climbing out of the sunroof. So watching the two of them, because at one point it's both of them, get to where they're going, and then both trying to climb awkwardly out of this fucking, it looks like a little Fiat, crawl out of this fucking car. It's just so ungainly and funny and fits so perfectly kind of into the tone of them. And then the other thing is, I think at one point we were talking about the male intimacy, where at one point the lead guy, he's talking to Carlo, and Carlo is like really badly drunk, and he touches Carlo's face. And I think I said in the commentary, I was like, I don't remember seeing men touch each other's faces in a lot of American movies. That I feel like it's a very European thing.
Except in death. That's the only
Except in
time
death.
you see it in America.
Yeah.
If somebody's dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dead or dying, you see it.
Like
all.
like when Aragorn closes Boromir's eyes after he's died,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And then he kisses his forehead, and that's a big thing. I remember that Aragorn kisses
that was
Boromir's.
a huge thing when that happened. Yeah.
Yeah, like you remember that detail because it's not something you commonly see. So in this movie, the male intimacy is like it's interesting, and on top of it, it's very stylistic. Like I said, I do like this movie. I just feel like there are boring bits that go on too long. I'm looking for, like I said, I'm looking for a clue, and it just goes on a little too long. And if you just stripped, it's like 1 or 2 minutes. If you just stripped 1 or 2 minutes here and there throughout, you could get it down, and it would flow so much quicker. And I think that, like, you don't want to touch any of the bits with her. You want to keep all those bits in there. But like the whole thing with the creepy child, right? She's amusing, but like if you were going to cut something from this movie, right? You could cut some of the creepy child out. Like there doesn't need to be as much of that there. I need keys to the house. Here's the keys to the house. I didn't need it. Whereas I do need him being with Gianna, and I do need all the stuff with the car, and I do want all the scenes with the Carlos. Is it Carlos or Carlo?
Carlo.
Carlo, okay. Because the friendship between them is interesting to me. And the fact that Carlo is drinking himself into like oblivion, and he's very concerned about him. Like all of that is very good. But man, yeah, it goes on a little long for me. And I was surprised when it was the mother. I was surprised. I didn't expect her. And that's good. That means that, because it makes sense. That's when it's good. When you don't know who did it, but then when you find out who it did it, you go, oh, you know what? That makes sense. Like, it's not...
I thought
that
you were going to figure it out when Mark first goes to see her. Because she says, I used to be an actress, but my husband didn't work anymore.
You know what? It's the eyes.
And the eyes, yes.
They kept showing.
That's where I'm like, if you freeze framed and looked at that, you would probably pick it up.
and that's why I kept thinking that it was Gianna, because she had eyes with eyeliner.
And I think that's intentional.
And I kept saying to you, is she the killer? Is she the killer? Is she the killer? And it's like, no, she's not. But it's another woman with prominent eyeliner, the mother.
Well, and that's the thing where. Seeing it without being able to freeze frame it, you would probably know it's a woman, and so you would be wondering if it's Gianna, which is the misdirect.
Yeah.
And right after the house burns and the camera
and she's
pans
there,
up, you sure think it's her.
Well, I said to you, I said on the commentary, I was like, oh, so she's the killer now, and it was like, no, she pulled him out, so it's
I was I defend Gianna very quickly because no, don't say shit about Gianna, man. She's awesome. She's not.
So no, I thought it was a very good movie that just went on a little too long. I think Suspiria is superior for me of the two Argento movies I've seen, right? Yeah. But
we'll be watching more. Don't worry.
But
we'll
stylistically, it's beautiful. The lighting is very well done. The characterization is very cool. I like the little flourishes. I like the way he sets these
characters. As always.
Having a goblin moment. triggering a goblin moment. That's what it was.
On the commentary, you're like, "Is this another goblin?" Like, look, the credits come up.
Goblin. I know, but this one's different because in Suspiria, that music hits you like a wall, and it's like in this movie, and somebody will do something though. But in this movie, somebody will do something and it'll like trigger the music. Like at one point, I think he touches the window and all of a sudden it's like da 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 da, and you're like, oh my god, he triggered a goblin moment, So
you hit the goblin switch.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good. It's very good. I understand why there's a lot of hoopla, and the thing is, it's not an egregious slasher flick. Again, we get into this whole thing about restraint. I mean, some of these kills are pretty. The initial kill. I mean, some of those hatchet wounds are very well done.
Well, he's got to throw a woman through a window. I told you, that's his thing.
Yeah, I know
It's
he
gotta
does.
happen.
Yeah,
So,
but again,
eventually
I
a
didn't.
woman's going through.
But I didn't feel like it was like unnecessarily gratuitous. You know, he wants to get an idea
it's
across.
brutal, but it doesn't. That's where a lot of
It's
people
brutal,
compare,
but it's not. But it's not murder porn.
No, and that's the difference between two of the big names in Italian horror are Lucio Fulci and Dario Argento. And the biggest difference between them, if you watch a lot of their movies, is Fulci lets the camera sit on the gore. Argento doesn't sit there that long. He cuts.
We've watched the Fulci movie. Which one did we see? Did we?
Yeah, we watched. Jesus Christ, what did we watch? Hold on, I gotta remember. It's one of the unusual. The House of Clocks.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
They had these moments where they really wanted you to see what was going on. Yeah.
Which is his most kind of weirdly unslasherisk film, whereas other ones he does a lot of eye porn. Like eyes get massacred in his movies. He's big on eyes.
Yeah.
So you will see eyes get skewered and shit, or zoomed in on harshly. So, but Argento doesn't. Argento often you see just enough and then it cuts. He's not lingering. And that's what you're talking about is.
Yeah.
But there's still those big moments like when people go through windows. Well, shit, man.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
gonna see
listen.
that.
I mean, the scene where the one woman gets drowned in a bathtub of hot boiling water.
Yeah.
That's brutal. And it's well done
It is,
too,
but
because
it's not gratuitous.
No,
It's
and the
burns
makeup
look
on that
weird.
is done really well too. You believe it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a horrible way to go.
It is. But again, in an Eli Roth film, you know, she'd be bleeding from her eyes. The eyes would explode. It would be.
Oh
be
yeah,
overboard.
yeah. There'd be like a mess in the yeah.
And then they diffuse it by the fact that she writes something
Oh.
in the steam on the mirror that's found later, which is great.
But that scene where the creepy automaton thing comes out of the closet, that is the genuinely creepiest part of this movie. There's nothing,
Because
it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's just a misdirect.
Why did the
But-
mother build that? Where did she
But
find
it's-
this thing? Why
But
is
it's
this here? But it doesn't matter.
it's so creepy.
It is. Yeah. And it's not even like it doesn't even really do anything. It just distracts him so that she can
No,
come out
it
of
just
the side.
it just comes out of nowhere, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh,
it is. It's
man.
like it's just laughing and it's going at him and it just comes across the room and he just breaks it. I mean,
I
he
mean,
breaks
that
it in 2
shit would
seconds,
scare-
but it's just fucking weird.
That shit would scare the hell out of me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great.
I mean, it's creepy in the movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like I said, if you look, that image is on a lot of the posters for it. Yeah, there's.
and it's only in there for like 2 seconds.
It's one scene, and
Yeah.
it's broken in the same scene. It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
so
Carlo's death is over the top, and
Oh,
actually pretty
man.
sad because Carlo, I feel bad for, and he gets
God,
fucking,
it's-
wiped out.
it's like he died of bad karma.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it really is. When you actually think about it objectively, it's really sad that Carlo ends up where he does. Carlo really didn't do anything wrong.
he was covering
At
for his
all.
mom.
Yeah, he loved his mother. Oh, geez. Well, that's something you should get dragged by a hook and then have your head exploded by a car tire for. Because that's what happens to him.
Oh my God, it is brutal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
I mean, the mother gets it pretty good, too. But
And that's
Carlo,
what I
think,
mean.
gets it
Like
worse.
this movie, it goes from like thriller to comedy so quick. Carlo's death
Yeah.
is comedic. It's something out of like Naked Gun. It's like
It starts out comedic. Yeah.
no, I know, but the excessive nature of it is comedic.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like, oh, we're gonna drag him, and then we're gonna hit him on the curb, and then we're gonna drive over his head, and you're like, ah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. It's
I
bad.
enjoyed it.
Like I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's one of the things I like about Argento stuff is there's a lot of debate on what is his best film.
You know what? None of
And
these,
for me, it depends what I'm in the mood for.
none of these movies was the scariest movie we watched for this show.
Wow. Okay. Is that your segue to our final film?
Well, I am because I mean, do you? Other than the fact that Deep Red is very
No.
good movie that goes slightly long for me, do you have anything else to say about it?
No, I would. There is a great poster I'm linking in the Zoom thing that I found because this movie does have great posters. I had never seen.
Oh
this one
wow,
before.
yeah,
It's
that is a
fucking
good
rad.
poster.
I would hang that on a wall. So I'm going to look around for that now.
That is very good. And it's got the eye and everything. Yeah.
It's got it
Oh,
all.
and the horrible paintings in the psychic's office. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's well done.
Ooh. Yeah. No, that I have no issue with the fact that some people will find it too long. I think it's, Suspiria is a much different movie. There's much more color and there's much more atmosphere to it in some ways. Argento really has two types of films. This type of film, which is more of a traditional slasher whodunit, and then his supernatural films, which are much more lavish and colorful and ethereal. And so that may be the thing that some people split on, because I know people who don't like Suspiria because nothing happens. Even though I disagree with that, I understand what they're saying. Whereas opposed to this, where there are killings throughout and there's things happening, and Gianna's awesome. Whereas Suspiria is a lot of Susie Bannion looking confused and lost for a lot of the movie, which is true. But I don't have a problem with that. So again,
Well, because they're not killing her. They want to suck the life out of her.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the nice part about Argento is some people might prefer the whodunit stuff, the slashers more.
Yeah.
And some people might.
No, it's
neither is the wrong answer. Neither.
It's great that he does both.
That's my main point. Is there's a little something for anybody who wants that special Italian flavor. There's multiple seasonings of it.
Special Italian flavor.
So, yeah, this was something I remember reading a few years ago or whenever it was announced. I had read that Bruce Campbell was doing a Hallmark film. Now, as a bit of background, Lando and I are both familiar with Bruce Campbell, obviously.
Bruce Campbell is a legend.
A known quantity.
Yeah, and has
I've
done
seen
many
quite a
legendary
few Hallmark
movies.
films because my mother loves them. So anytime
Yeah,
we go out there for Christmas,
and I have
see
not because
hours of
I was raised by Cubans, so we don't really have Hallmark movies.
Yeah, and Hallmark Christmas films are both an industry and a very understandable, safe, capital SAFE bet for just about anybody. They don't even often wade into religion all that much. So you'll see Christmas, but if you'll notice, we saw lots of Christmas trees, no crosses, no mentions of Jesus, no churches.
Fucking elbows. Jesus Christ, man.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, so
these movies are hospital sanitized against
and Joe
any
did
possible
not
objection.
Tell me what we were watching.
No,
And he didn't tell me why we were watching it either. So I just went cold into a Hallmark movie.
Well,
Me.
Before you go on, I will recommend people watch the commentary where Lando immediately, when he says Hallmark Presents, goes, "What?
Why are we watching this?"
First thing is, what is this? And then I told you to close your eyes when they showed Bruce Campbell's name, because I didn't realize they were going to blow that so early.
Oh, they give it
I
away
never
really
seen
quick
this.
though, yeah, because they show you a young picture of him, and I'm like, that's fucking Army of Darkness, Bruce Campbell.
Said, is Bruce Campbell in this? And I said yes. And you said why?
And that became the question of the movie. Yeah. At which point,
well,
okay, listen.
I did not know how much he was in it, so I wasn't really sure.
Oh,
if it was
he's
just gonna
in
be a
it.
quick
Oh,
thing.
he's in it quite a bit. Yeah. But here's the thing: outside of the movie, which we're gonna get to.
Well, let's say the movie's name so people can
Oh,
look
go
this
ahead.
up and
Yeah.
start laughing ahead of time.
Go ahead.
It's called My Southern Family Christmas from 2022, I want to say. I think.
So
anyway, go on.
The thing is that once I realized what we were dealing with here, we had a lot of fun watching this movie. We talked a lot of shit. And that's what you do with a movie like this. Because afterwards I think you said something like, well, I won't make us do that again. And I was like, no, you know what? I would, because you and I had such a good time talking shit about this movie. I kept looking for when the nudity was going to happen or when they were going to find the Hellraiser box. Like, it's funny to watch a movie that's so diametrically opposed to what you normally watch that when you're seeing it, you're like, oh, when I say there's no elbows in this movie, I'm not kidding. There is no one in no one in short sleeves in this movie. Everybody's got sleeves at least down to the elbow. You know, like, and so if you want to listen to two people talk a lot of shit about a Hallmark movie and get really indecent, especially when he asks her what she wants in her coffee, then you know what? It's good that Joe's posting this on Christmas. It'll be a Christmas delight. There's a lot of cursing, and it gets very dirty. That said, a Hallmark movie is a very interesting creation. The level, like you said, of sanitization. No one's clothes look lived in. Like, everything looks like it's brand new. Like, it's just such a weird conception of reality. You know what I mean? Like, it's like an advertising. It's like, if it's not a smoking ad, but you know what I mean? It's like if you took an advertisement and just put motion into it. You know? Everything works out. Everything's just a misunderstanding. No one's got problems that can't be dealt with. There doesn't seem to be any gay people. There are a few multicultural people sprinkled throughout. Otherwise, it's all good. I mean, the fact that the premise of this movie is that her father left and she's in a situation where she can meet him. So basically, like, I'm going to meet my real daddy. That says something about Hallmark audiences, that is an okay theme for what is such a sanitized market. I mean, can we agree on that? The fact that that's a thing?
Well, look, this movie, for a Hallmark movie, probably has some of the strongest negative reactions I've seen from people who are Hallmark viewers. Because
really?
And many people are saying this is glorifying a deadbeat dad. He was clearly able to afford to be in her life and just bailed, and everybody's acting like he's a good guy. And they're not wrong. So for a Hallmark movie, this is Last Temptation of Christ material.
Yeah,
so I don't disagree with you, but if you're in this world, this is scandalous.
Yeah, well, so I mean, like, it just feels like such a weird concept for a Hallmark movie, right? And then the idea,
what other people actually celebrate it for is they're like, well, it's not just two white people falling in love that are rich. They're like, this is about somebody who looks ordinary, who doesn't know whether they want to meet their father or not. This is actually sort of adjacent to what some adoptees go through. And it's unusual for a Hallmark film, which is, I agree, for the ones I've seen with my mother, nothing like this. It's always been woman discovers prince in Central Park. A bleach blonde who looks like she weighs 90 pounds, soaking wet, finds Calvin Klein model who likes horses just like she does.
And the lead is not like a classically good-looking Hallmark lead. Like, she's kind of a heavy set. She's kind of I don't want to be mean, but she's kind of a dumpy girl. Like a kind of an everyday dumpy girl. Right? And then, like, what's funny is that the guy that they pair her with is also, like, he's good looking, but he's not too good looking. Like, he's fit, but he's not too fit. Like,
what did we say? It's Jake Gyllenhaal and somebody else smushed together into a bland.
He's so creation. Bland. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, so much about this movie is so bland. Like, it really is. This is one of those movies that you got stuck watching when you got sick home from school and there was nothing on TV, and you'd be watching this movie and you'd be like, what the fuck am I watching? At like 12, you'd be like, what the fuck am I watching? But it'd be better than watching like the Baking Channel or the news. And then here's the thing. Bruce Campbell. Why did Bruce Campbell do this movie? The COVID screwed up the movie industry, and he wanted some steady work. That's why. And he did a Hallmark movie. It was steady pay. These movies, these movies are function like clockwork. You know exactly when you're working, when you're not working. You know how you're going to get paid. A lot of the weird shit that Campbell was used to doing was kind of on hiatus. So this was good, steady work for him. Is he good in this? Well, you know what? He's not bad. I mean, he's playing basically like a guy who had a nervous breakdown and abandoned his wife and daughter. And when he tried to come back, his wife had already met somebody else who had kind of taken the daughter in. And so he felt like he couldn't come back. And then he went on to have another life, and he has kids, and he's a good guy, and everybody loves him, and he's just so great. And you're like, okay, this is the best case Hallmark scenario you could get out of a situation like this. You know, I said to you at one point in the commentary, at what point does he start hitting on the reporter because he doesn't realize it's his fucking daughter? Because I mean, another darker movie would do that. Another darker movie would do a lot of stuff. Another darker movie would actually have a sex scene where, you know, she sleeps with Bland Johnson. You know what I mean? But everything is just so, like, even this topic, which is in itself, you're kind of like, wow, they made a Hallmark movie about this. It's all handled in such a I mean, yeah, it's just so, like, crinkly new on, you know, on in a coming up. It's like it's an advertisement, like I said, come to life. In fact, the one scene that is genuinely bad is when she hides behind a bush and overhears her real dad having a conversation with his current wife, right?
Right.
And you look and you're like, she's not hiding. She's standing behind like a potted plant that isn't hiding her at all. Like, it is so kind of like,
It's bad.
it's so bad, that scene.
It's
'Cause
very,
you're like,
it's very hard to overlook how silly it is because the plant, there's barely any plants in front of her. She's
Yeah.
not dressed in like greens or has
No,
like a
she
green
sticks out like a
mask on.
sore
She's just
thumb.
there.
yeah. It's very weird. That scene is so, but overall, it is a very weird experience, especially when you don't watch movies like this.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't grow up on movies like this, so it's strange. And then to have Bruce Campbell in it as well, and like playing it totally straight, you're like, what's going on here?
Right.
And I amused myself for waiting for the moment that I found out that it was all a ruse and it was really some other kind of movie, you know. But man, like, no, I mean, you know, it's just devoid of all the weird shit that we usually watch. So it's like, yeah, I mean, like I said, there isn't even elbows.
No. It is literally, it is a sanitized film, top to bottom. Outside of examining the subject material closely, in terms of the deadbeat dad angle, there is, and I don't think most people would even do that. I think most people would just see it as a heartwarming tale of a girl reuniting with her long-lost father, and they wouldn't even think about what the messaging could be from that. They'll just be like, "Oh, she found her dad, who's Cajun Santa now for some reason," and that's it.
I mean, it begs the question: are we the people? Is it you and I that there's something wrong with? Because I can't just watch a movie like this and be like, "Oh, it's a heartwarming story." Like, I look at it and go, "This feels like it feels like Nazi propaganda."
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's Nazi propaganda.
No,
but
well, what I mean
definitely
yeah, it's that idea. It's this over sanitized vision of reality.
Yes, it definitely avoids any sticky points that would probably be. I mean, would she really get over this that quickly? You know what I mean? Would she not be angry when she realized that he didn't have a better reason? Because I didn't think about it, but once the person pointed that out, that, hey, he doesn't seem like he was, recovering from drug problems or whatever when he left, and that's why he didn't feel like he could come back to her, he just started a new life and never bothered. Is there something wrong with us? No. This is comfort food for people who want to watch a movie where they don't have to worry about it. Where,
like the siblings, that her half siblings all adore her. They think she's so awesome.
Yeah.
So when they find out she's their sister, they're like, "Oh my God, we're so lucky. We're sisters now." Like, it's that kind of thing. It's devoid of reality.
Well, and it's kind of the opposite of something like Black Christmas, where you're at the end, you have to decide what happened. The movie's not giving it to you. You really have to kind of work that out on your own. For people like us, that's great. Would my mother be happy with that ending? Probably not. She would want to. She would want to know that the girl was all right.
My mother would watch this movie and not trust what the fuck was going on. I probably get my suspicious nature from her. She would watch this movie and be like, "But why did he really leave? What's really going on?"
Sure.
You know, like, and I think that's what it is that when you've got your radar set that high, you watch a movie like this and you're like, well, what's really going on? Why did he really leave? When is the penny gonna drop? Like, and you're like,
you know,
yeah.
Well,
So
like
it's
I said,
weird.
You're not meant to put that much thought into a movie like this. So it is meant for people literally to have on in the background as something if they want to have something on TV that they don't have to think about, and it's just there.
Oh, is this a secondary screen movie, you think?
Oh, well, so for example, when we're visiting my mother and she has this on, that's usually when we're waiting for somebody to come by the house to say hello or people to show up, and everything's been set up, you know, the food's cooking, and we're just kind of, there's 30 minutes before the first people show up. And, you know, we're sitting there and we're talking as the movie's on, and I'm making fun of it. My mother's getting annoyed at me. But that's what it is.
Well,
but my mother, I think, watches these as she's, you know,
tell your mother
so she's looking up and looking at them. But
tell your mother not to watch our commentary because she will not like it.
My mother would never know how to watch our commentary, even if I explained it to her and walked her through it.
I can't imagine her reaction to that.
Oh no, she would say, "What is wrong with you?" I can hear her saying, "What is wrong with you?" I even know how she would say it.
And then I would try to explain to her what's wrong with me.
And it would be unsuccessful.
I had a good time watching. No. But I don't want to tell anyone to see this, unless you're. I mean, especially if you listen to this show. I mean, I don't know why you listen to this show, but if you listen to this show, you're probably not a Hallmark. You're not a Hallmark movie person, right? So I'm not going to tell you to see this movie as an actual movie.
Well, okay.
But I think you should watch it with friends. I think this is a good movie to watch with friends, slightly, you know, like half in the bag. Because
I will put an asterisk next to that. If
go ahead.
anybody is a aspiring filmmaker and wants to make the type of film that is guaranteed to sell to somebody, make this. Because Hallmark will buy it. They will never, ever, ever, ever. This Hallmark as a channel will subsist on this.
I know, and the fact that there are people that this is the movie, the kind of movies they want, it worries me.
And, well, okay, I will disagree with you there. I have no problem with somebody who genuinely enjoys this, because
to me it is a worrisome kind of art, and I only say that because I feel like it. If this is the only kind of movie you ever see, I feel like it breeds a false sense of, I don't know, of goodness in the world, of security in the world.
Well, okay, but
you know,
I will say that, like, my mother is not unplugged from the world. She understands bad things are happening.
No, but this isn't all she watches either.
What my mother watches is QVC, this, and well, now she's watching Netflix. I don't know what she's watching on it, but she's told me she's watching Netflix, which is the equivalent of a quantum technology for my mother.
You bring up something very interesting because my mother watches QVC as well. What is with it?
Yeah.
What's going on in QVC?
Man, I don't know. I don't know.
I asked my
shit from it and then returns it. I don't get it. I'm like, what? Okay.
I asked my mother why she watches QVC, and she says it's better than watching the news. She says it's better than watching the news.
Well, you know what? That's
and
what my mother would say.
Couldn't disagree with her on that.
Well, here's the thing, too. If you actually watch QVC, it's a lot like Hallmark, right? Because it's beautiful lighting, pretty people, telling you about things they say are nice, and everybody who calls in is delighted at what they got and that they use it and they love it. It's comfort TV. It is comfort.tv. That's what it is. So I understand why people watch this stuff.
Now give us your money.
Because like the Hallmark movies, you don't have to worry about them. It's a way to turn off how horrible the world is.
Wow, okay.
It is.
Okay, so no.
I get it.
I understand this, and I understand it in one way, right? So when I have my really bad insomnia at night, and I get like kind of anxious or something like that, and I'm by myself in the night because I don't wake anybody up. I don't like the idea of others not getting sleep because I'm not getting sleep. Even though my wife said was like, "You had a bad night, wake me up," and I was like, "Why am I going to wake you up? What are you going to do?" It's like, well, then you won't be alone. I'm like, no, then we'll, I get that, but it's like,
then we'll be together in misery. Great, just what I wanted to accomplish.
yeah, I don't want to do that to you. So I used to watch Top Gear, and I have seen Top Gear 100 times. Like I've seen but I watch them because I don't, like I used to like cars a lot more than now. But I watch them because the reality of Top Gear is not reality. It is a cartoonish buffoonery of reality.
Yes.
Where nothing really bad, I mean, unless Hammond gets behind the wheel of a car, nothing really bad can happen most of the time, right? And in that respect, maybe this is a whole choose your own safety reality, right? Where like if I'm looking to exist in a cartoonish reality for a period of time, the Top Gear buffoon reality is kind of comforting and silly to me. Like nothing really bad can happen. We're gonna put a V12 in a go-kart, and funny things are gonna happen, right? And maybe for others, Hallmark is their reality of buffoonery, where even meeting your real dad after he abandoned you works out so well that now you have 2 happy, warm families and more siblings who adore you. And his wife isn't threatened by you. And you met a guy, too, while you were there. And even though he doesn't have lenses in his glasses, he's still just so dreamy. But not too dreamy, because then you're worried you might lose him. Because you're not dreamy.
I think that's it. I really do. I think that's part of it.
Well, it was definitely
That's
a unique
the Top
experience.
Gear for my mother.
Yeah. It was definitely a unique experience watching this, which I said, it wasn't unpleasant. It was fun to watch with you, but we are definitely not Hallmark movie. At least I'm not a Hallmark movie person.
If I had watched this myself, let's say I for some reason found this and was somehow moved to actually put it on alone, I would immediately want a microphone to start commenting on it. Like that's what it would be for me. I have to talk through this. I have to make fun of this as I go.
Well, that's what we did. I think we talked more through this movie than we've talked through any other movie.
But that's what when we're at my mother's, I needle her by making fun of the movie she likes. Like I'm a dick.
I do that when
as much of an asshole as I am.
No. See, and the thing is, when I used to have to go to like family stuff when my father was alive, and there was more like family gatherings. Every now and then I'd get stuck there when they had football on the TV. And I can talk enough shit about football that people switch the channel.
Sure.
Not just having a good time with it. Like, apparently they do not like it when you homoeroticize football. Which, I gotta say, football is incredibly easy to homoeroticize.
I was gonna say, do you really have to do all that much?
No, honestly? It's so easy, and yet it bugs the shit out of them. Anyway.
Sorry if you're listening, Ann Pruitt. I'm sure he'd be like, what?
Oh, that's fine. Listen. Anyone can like whatever they want. I didn't want to get stuck watching football at a family gathering.
Well, okay, and this I will say is one difference. I never push it so far my mother turns it off. If you're gonna leave it on, then let me have fun. No, I point these things out on the off chance that she starts to notice them. So I'll just make little comments on things.
I mean, the fact that the guy had no glasses in his glasses was so weird.
No lenses in the frames.
Yeah, because I know why they did it. Yep. But when you're watching the movie and you realize that like rather than have to digitally do anything, they were like, no, just take the lenses out. So by
the way, this is a perfect. This may be the most perfect way to encapsulate this movie to me. I had an impulse after we watched it to go and see if the lenses were in fact in the daytime scenes.
They are.
And then I was like, nah, I don't care enough.
No, they are. No, see,
I thought. I remember.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I check.
Yeah, because I did notice. I did notice that he had glasses, because in that scene where they had a close up. They have the close up of Blaine Johnson's face, and the lead, and they're like close. They're like, And when you look at him, you can tell, you can look right through the lenses. There's no glare, there's
yeah,
no
you can tell.
sheen,
Yeah.
right? But then there's a woman in the background wearing glasses, and you can see her lenses even though she's like 10 feet away.
Oh yeah.
And they were like,
Because they don't care about her in getting
Yeah.
reflections or anything.
yeah, but they didn't want to have to. They didn't want to have to digitally do anything, so they said, "Fuck it, just take the lenses out." It's this
and the reality
this
is,
economy of filming.
I promise you
Yeah,
that my mother in a million
wouldn't
years
even notice.
would
Wouldn't
never
even notice
it.
I know.
Nope.
I know. It's just
And even if I pointed it out, she'd probably forget.
we're the wrong crowd. I understand.
that's
I mean,
what I'm saying.
we lumped this with Black Christmas and Deep Red. I get it.
Yes. Yeah, we went right from this for the Black Christmas because I was like, all right, we're going to cleanse the palate of that. Real quick.
But it is
Really
kind of
good.
scary in its own way because, you realize that, you know what, in the same way that there's people out there that fucking love murder porn, there's people out there that love Hallmark
yeah, I
movies.
mean, that's
it's
the same
it's
thing.
just, it's every direction, people like
And
different
honestly,
things.
If you're going to ask me which of those two types of movies I wish more people would watch, I'll pick
Hallmark.
Hallmark.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you want everyone to be good. You want everyone to be nice. And Hallmark movies are good.
Banal,
but
at least
there's
it's not misery banal.
I know, but there's not even elbows. I mean, that's the thing that really baffled me about this movies was how totally covered up everybody was. Like
I'm not.
no
I am not
skin.
I'm not advocating for this type of film.
She's
I'm
in
saying that
long
between the
sleeve.
two-
She's in long sleeve pajamas with pants. Like, the skirts are down to the ankles. Like
No,
nothing.
you were
No
correct.
skin.
There is not even an elbow, as you say multiple
No,
times.
not at
elbow.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pay attention to these things.
Look. This again. Since I mentioned Aunt Pruitt, it made me think
Yeah.
of this. Friend of the show, Aunt Pruitt, has posted many times. So this is public. This is not disclosing any. This is not indicating anything that is not publicly available. He's done commercials many times, actual commercials that you could view on TV.
Okay.
And he has posted one many times of he and his wife doing one for chocolates, where they're at
Okay.
a restaurant eating craft chocolates or whatever. My son,
Yeah.
whatever. There is more eroticism in that ad. I shit you not. Where you understand the way they're eating that chocolate is 80 times more erotic than anything in that Hallmark film.
Dude,
And it's a
I've
commercial
seen
for chocolate.
I've seen Disney movies, Disney rated G movies that have more sexuality
Yeah.
than this fucking Hallmark movie. And listen, I'm super happy that Bruce Campbell got paid and that it was good, steady work for him. And he's great. I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with him in this movie. He plays a good guy. He's a good guy who's in a bad situation. Everybody likes him. It's great. He ends up reconnecting. It's sweet. It's just
Listen, he doesn't want to get thrown around at 60 whatever years anymore.
No,
he wants to get
he doesn't.
money, make movies. Let
Yeah,
him
he
do
doesn't
it.
want to be. He's tired of getting covered in blood. Doesn't
Yep,
want to get
good for
catapulted, by a monster
Good
across
for
the
him.
room. I get it.
Yep.
I get why he's in this, and that was the big question. Why was he in this? And we found
Now we
out,
know.
and it makes total sense.
Yep,
But
you
it
looked
is-
up
it
during
is-
the movie, during the commentary. You found it.
It is a fascinating, cultural thing, though.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
And
It is.
do other cultures? I see. That's the thing. This is an American thing. Do other cultures have their own version of the Hallmark movie?
I would next to guarantee that there is some version of this for everybody.
Let's
I
see.
doubt it's all exactly like this, but I would guarantee. I mean, in some countries, it's probably religious propaganda
Yeah.
or government propaganda. Does North
Honestly,
Korea
the
produce
fact
hundreds
that-
of films showing Kim Jong Un being Santa? Probably.
The fact that there wasn't more religiosity about this movie surprised me.
No, that's why I'm saying it is
Yeah.
the most I mean, I think there are Hallmark movies like that, but they talk like it's in the title. But you will find lots like this where there is nothing to indicate anything.
Oh,
Outside
interesting.
the fact that we didn't see many people with darker than my skin tone until very late in the film.
Well, Canada also runs Hallmark films.
Sure.
And apparently they film quite a bit in Canada, which, that makes sense.
Oh, well, yeah, it's cheap. Of course.
Yeah.
Vancouver, I'm sure. And Toronto, positive. I would bet almost all these movies film in Canada, unless they're in like places that are known for cheap filmmaking. Like there are places in the U.S. that are less expensive.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm sure it's all Canada. I'm sure it's a fucking factory. It's a machine.
It is. I mean, and I know it says so much about myself that I find this, weird.
Let me tell you something. Hallmark films are the xenomorph of movies. They're the perfect organism. Because nobody can get offended by them except for these one-offs. Like
they just feel weird. Like, that's it. It just feels weird to me when I'm watching them.
Because
I'm like,
they don't.
Where's the
It is. About people talk about turning off your brain and watching something. This is that. And
I know,
that's
but
something you don't do very often.
No, like I'm looking for the killer.
You're like Sisyphus pushing a foam rock. You're like, wait.
Why is it foam?
Yeah,
why is this so easy?
Why wasn't this miserable?
Why are their elbows covered?
Yeah.
I mean, that one scene where he kisses her and then suddenly they're together.
There's
and it's
two
like,
kisses in the whole movie.
Yeah, and it's like, and the way they're handled, I think we were laughing so hard about it because we were like, it's like, oh my God, he's made her pregnant with a kiss. They're married now.
We did say that. Yeah, she's pregnant. She'll give birth in the next scene, but it'll be a perfect, painless birth, and
and the child will come out 8 years old. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is like, I know that Hallmark movie. This isn't like Lifetime movies, right? Lifetime movies where like someone gets over being an alcoholic. Okay.
No, Lifetime is like the sanitized Eli Roth, where it's like murdered by night. The survival story of a woman whose father was her husband and tried to kill her at one night. And she got
like I was an alcoholic, prostitute, and then I got over it to become Santa Claus or something. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. So Joe's apparently releasing this on Christmas. So if
yes, that commentary will be out on Christmas Eve day or whatever. So if you have to suffer through Hallmark movies all day and you just need a release from that and want to listen to two assholes slice and dice one apart, Merry Christmas, you go.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to hear me confused.
Yeah, I might start doing a Hallmark film for each major holiday that we release on holidays.
Oh my God, do they have Hallmark movies for every holiday? Is there like a St. Patrick's Day Hallmark movie?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
No.
Hallmark films.
I mean, I know there's got to be a Father's Day one and like that kind of thing, but like on Thanksgiving probably. Let's see.
Oh my God, here's the complete list of 25 years of movies. Oh my God. Wow.
Oh my God, there's a Halloween one as well. Look at that.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Jesus Christ.
The Mistletoe Inn. A Shoe Addict's Christmas. Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe. Let's see. Wow. Karen Kingsbury's Maggie's Christmas Miracle. What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Jesus. Oh man.
Some of these titles are very long.
Let's see. So that's
When
Halloween.
The Heart, the greatest Christmas blessing. Oh, blessing. That might be a religious one.
Oh, there you go. All right. So what are some other weird holidays? Let's see. St. Patrick's Day.
USS Christmas. Hump for Red October, but Santa.
God. Hallmark doesn't have a specific St. Patrick's Day theme movie, but offers many romantic comedies set in Ireland.
There you go. So close.
Such
enough.
as
a New Year's resolution. Ooh.
As Luck Would Have It, Love's Portrait, Forever in My Heart, Christmas at Castle Heart, and Chasing Leprechauns.
Oh my God! I found it.
What's that? I found what?
3 Wise Men and a Baby.
What?
That's a real one.
Oh, wait, these guys are gay, right? This is a gay movie?
They might be. Oh, no, they're brothers. Sorry. Nope.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a different kind of movie right there.
It really is. Who's the big name? Any big names?
Hold on. There's a description here I'm very curious about.
Yeah.
Where was this? For various reasons, all three of the adult Brennan brothers currently live with their single mother in their family home. Jesus, that's a way to start.
Wow. Hanukkah on Rye. Well, that's religious. Our Italian Christmas memories. Uh-oh. Now, that might be one. We might have to watch some from this
What
collection.
is it? Our
I
Italian
hope
Christmas?
They're highly stereotyped.
I hope they all have really thick.
It's a 3-pack. Oh, boy.
What? Oh, is there's 3 of them?
Yeah, let's see. Our Italian Christmas memories, Long Lost Christmas, and We Need
Oh
More
no!
Christmas.
Bridges is in this. Bo Bridges.
Oh, no.
Bo Bridges and his eyebrows are in this.
Well, they always are. Jesus. Ugh,
Is this gonna be another no elbows movie? Are there no elbows in any of this movie? No knees either.
They probably aren't. Yeah, they're probably not.
Yeah, you don't realize how much you enjoy like some nudity in movies till you've got none. Granted, I mean Hallmark nudity would be so frightening.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, no Cuban Christmas carols, apparently.
There's no Cuban Hallmark movies?
I searched for the word Cuban, nothing came up. I can find. There's
Well,
a
no, hold
Finnish
on.
one.
The Hallmark movie with a Cuban theme is called South Beach Love. Starring William Levy and Taylor Cole, centered on rival Cuban chefs catering competing quinceañeras in South Florida, featuring romance and Cuban culture.
Okay. Yep. That's next. That will do it.
Oh, there's elbows in this one. She's got a sleeveless dress. Jesus
Holy
Christ.
shit.
Yeah.
That's basically porn.
It's practically. Oh my God, I know they're doing dueling quinceañeras. That's funny.
Uh-oh, somebody didn't like it because it's not senior friendly.
Oh, there you go.
Well, uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Oh my God, there's
The
a
only problem
back.
I have with South Beach Love is sometimes understanding the accents. Uh-oh.
No. Oh my God, where are you reading this? You're making
It's
this
on
up.
IMDb. They still get
Oh yeah, you're right.
10.
Oh my God, you're right. I see them. Not really in love with this. It's got too many. It's got too many brown people in it. Why do they have such weird accents?
They don't sound at all like Al Pacino in that one movie where he was.
You know what? Hold on. This is an actual commentary of a Hallmark movie, right? This movie wants to be cute, but it moves slowly, like an episode of a soap opera. Is that not every fucking Hallmark movie?
I would say probably.
I mean, that works for the one that we watched.
True.
Is there one that isn't like this?
There may be. I don't know.
Well, let's see. This production seemed a little off. The storyline was interesting and the acting was on point, but I think the location was problematic. The sound at some of the locations had major echoes, and it made it difficult to understand the dialogue. Also, I don't know whether this director is someone who has directed a lot of these, but it seemed like there were so many tight close-up shots, and it was very distracting. Honestly, between the sound and the visuals, I didn't make it past the first half hour. I'm waiting for one that says too many Mexicans or something like that.
There is too many non-whites. There is probably
This movie didn't have enough white
YouTube channel
power.
that just covers these. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah. A white power Christmas. That's next.
Oh, what? Hold on. I gotta read this because it doesn't make any sense to me. Was really excited to watch this movie because I had been seeing the trailers for weeks.
Stop right there. You were really excited.
I usually love Taylor and Cole and was excited to see a new male lead. Unfortunately, this movie fell a little flat for me. I didn't see a lot of chemistry between Cole and Levy and thought the scenes felt forced. Their restaurant idea was, in my opinion, a little stupid because Miami's population of Irish people is only 1%, so their restaurant was a fusion that no one asked for. What? Is there a Cuban Irish fusion? It doesn't sound appetizing. And the Quince plotline was semi-interesting, but the drama didn't last long, nor hold my attention.
Is this the
The
South
Quince.
Beach Love one?
The Quince, yes, the Quince plot.
Wow. When you've lost your core audience, how bad do you have to be?
Oh my God, yeah, there's a lot of bad reviews. This way,
Oh.
yeah, it's just no South Beach loving. I mean, honestly, it's probably because there's just too much skin.
I'm curious. I got to see if there's any with really bad Italian accents because I'll watch those.
You know what? What is the best Hallmark movie?
I think we saw it.
No, the best, highest rated Hallmark movie. The one that all these people, Hallmark people, love. Like,
I don't know. I know
right.
that my mom likes certain people that are in
Holiday
them, so it might depend.
Holiday Mismatch. It's a 2024. Yeah. It is listed by housebeautiful.com as the best Christmas Hallmark movie.
And they said
It is. If you love breakup missions gone wrong, you'll love Holiday Mismatch. It follows a new retiree, Barb, who joins a holiday committee and clashes with one of its longtime members, Kath. When the frenemies realize their kids are dating, they try to break up the happy couple. There you go. Holiday Mismatch, 2024. Hallmark Classic.
okay.
It's just
there's
weird.
5 Italian romance Hallmark films that are quote unquote recommended. Christmas in Rome. Rome.
Oh,
in
wow.
Love.
Number 5 is Christmas with the Sings. Can you imagine what that one's about?
Oh God. Well, you know what? We complained about too many white people. I guess that problem was solved.
Oh, three wiser men and a boy. Oh, is that a sequel?
Oh my God.
Oh my
they did a
God.
sequel.
There's a sequel, Three Wiser Men and a Boy.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, didn't Lindsay Lohan make a Hallmark movie?
Probably.
Oh, wow, this one's called Checking It Twice. I think I've seen that porno.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah?
The one that I'm actually going to look for.
Yeah, did you find one?
There's an Italian one called Rome in Love, but the reason I want to watch it is the main actress's name is Italia Ricci.
What?
Not only is it in Italy, but no, I know who that is. She was in, I think she was on Supergirl or something. She was on a show. But the fact that they have an actress named Italia in a movie set in Rome, yeah, that's worth seeing. Oh, God, it's a remake of Roman Holiday. Oh, good. You remade a classic film as a Hallmark movie. Oh, good grief. This has got to be a disaster.
A remake of Roman Holiday will be filmed in Rome, and an unknown woman is chosen to play the lead. Once in Rome, she meets a reporter / porter / waiter / novelist who gets the exclusive story on her. Oh, my God. And you know what? If you look at these two people, fucking Bland Johnson has a brother. What are we going to call this guy?
Of course he does.
Fucking Norm. Mr. Normal Johnson? Jesus Christ. Well, yes. So we watched some scary movies, the scariest one being the Hallmark one.
Here's a great review just as a final. Apart from a mediocre script, but hey, it's Hallmark. Yep, you got it. You got it. Correct, sir.
But hey, it's Hallmark.
Curve, man. Yeah, but hey, it's Hallmark.
I love it.
This was an insult to both Roman Holiday and Audrey Hepburn. Beautiful.
You know what? Somebody said that they gave it an 8-star. They said, I thought this is one of the most believable love stories for Hallmark.
Which one? The Rome one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That reviewer was probably lobotomized, I guess, but, you know. But you know what? Everybody loves what they love. Everybody finds enjoyment. And what the key thing here in life is to find something that you enjoy that doesn't actively hurt others. And loving Hallmark movies doesn't actively hurt anybody.
I have good news
So,
for you.
yeah?
Roman Love is on archive. I will be getting it.
Well, I will watch any movie you want to watch. I will go and try any experience.
We'll wait a little while on that one. I don't know that I'm in a place.
His name is Peter Porter?
Never mind. We're watching it tomorrow.
Bland Johnson. The Bland Johnson of this movie. The actor's name is Peter Porter. Or Peter Porte, sorry.
Wait, Peter Porker.
Italian, listen,
Man?
Italian Ricci and Peter Porter.
You can't make this shit up. You really can't.
God. This guy. Has this guy gone on to do other things?
I hope not.
He made a movie called Baby Daddy.
Okay. Time to wrap it up. As we're at 3 hours and 5 minutes, we will wrap
Yep.
up here.
Go ahead, wrap it up. Wrap it up like a present.
We recommend all these movies for various reasons, and all different levels of horror, depending on what you're in the mood for. And I was going to say this. Wait, will there? I think. Hold on a minute. Let me just check something to make sure I've got this right. Let me just look here. We are in December. So no, our next one. Well, okay, no, our next show will be after Christmas. So if you celebrate Christmas, this will be out before that, but then our next one will be after. So have a very nice holiday, whatever one you celebrate, unless it's after the 26th, in which case I'll say this again. But yes, we have 3 options. If you need a break from the relatives and you want to see some people getting killed in different ways.
You know what? If you want to have an
Career
interesting
or
experience with
otherwise.
your family, sit down and watch Black Christmas or Deep Red.
Yeah, well, or My Southern Family Christmas.
Or if you want to have a really good time, tell your friends that you found a really great horror movie with Bruce Campbell, right?
Yeah.
And then sit down and watch this Hallmark movie and see how long it takes them to figure out that you've duped them.
Yes. See how long it is till you're the murder victim. It won't be long. On that note, everybody, have a good holiday until we talk to you again, and we'll be here again. Who knows what we'll have watched next week. Visit OzoneNightmare.com to subscribe to new episodes, browse through our back catalog, or to find links to support the show. Follow @OzoneNightmare on Twitter for the latest episode postings and other show information. If 280 characters just isn't enough, you can always email us, theozonenightmare@gmail.com. The opening theme for the show is provided by Heartbeat Hero. The closing theme is provided by Ogre. Please visit and support these artists using the links in the show notes for each episode.